Great minds think alike, leaves little to choice or chance. One with 7 Stanley Cups to his credit as coach. 5 came while with Montreal tutoring his star player. Scott Bowman taught Jacques Lemaire well, hopefully not too well. It was 80 years ago tonight, December 19th, 1917, the NHL was born with 4 games. 9 years later, the National Hockey League arrived in Detroit long before television. So fast forwarding to 1997, Fox Sports Detroit presents the defending Stanley Cup champion Red Wings, meeting the champions from '95, the New Jersey Devils. And of course, the Red Wings meet the Devils just a few nights after they meet the champions from '96, the Colorado Avalanche. Hello again, everyone. Ken Daniels alongside Mickey Redmond. And Mick, the Red Wings coming off a spirited tie with Colorado, but in that game they lost, well, you might say one of their spiritual leaders in Chris Draper.
Yeah, they sure did. Unfortunately, Draper had to undergo surgery today. We understand it was a 2-hour surgery and that everything went well. Here's Draper getting whacked by Peter Forsberg in the game the other night in Colorado. Heavy check. He got up right away and kept going and ended up breaking his stick on a breakaway, unfortunately, but more importantly, that hand has been fixed, and it's going to be 5 to 6 weeks. John Wharton, Drapes, I know you're at home watching tonight. Said the guys say hello, enjoy the game, and they miss you.
Absolutely, we miss you. And Doug Brown, Brent Gilchrist, of course, will try to fill in the middle, but one guy who can certainly fill the net is Brendan Shanahan.
Shanahan's done a great job this year. He's got 9 power play goals, you see there, but he's really worked very hard on the one-timer. He does a great job, better than most in the National Hockey League, at getting in position without the puck, and he's getting it to him. Guys like Yzerman and Larionov getting in the puck. He won times, and he caught Billington the other night moving, and he's so effective with that shot. And he played a rugged game. That's why they got him last year.
Well, you maybe expect goals from Brendan Shanahan. You maybe don't expect them from Thomas Holmstrom, but when he gets them, boy, he does it in style.
Well, Holmstrom's just fighting for a job on a regular basis. There you see what he's done. Not a whole lot of points, and he's been better on the road than at home, but he did score a beauty the other night in Colorado. We had Craig Billington going north. Well, he went south. It made it 2-1 Red Wings at the time. Unfortunately, Forsberg tied it up later on, and that's how she ended. But Holmstrom just fighting for a job on a day-to-day, regular basis.
He'll have to fight through a tough Devils team tonight, and on the blue line, Scott Niedermayer is really putting up some offensive numbers, and he's been intense.
Since he came around 6 years ago, Scott Niedermayer, everybody knew he had an awful lot of talent. He's honed that talent, and Jacques Lemaire basically has given him the green light to say, look, Scott, you're a veteran guy now, 6 years in the league. You make the decision when you stay and when you go. I don't want to control you, and I think he's been a much better hockey player with that green light out there.
You can say great Scott as a Niedermayer, as Stevens, then you say great Scott in Martin Brodeur.
Well, Brodeur just is coming off a 4-year, $16 million contract signing. The Devils are about 5th in the league in scoring goals for. That's really good, but even better than that, you see the goals against. Brodeur himself at 169, and the Jersey tandem leading the league by far over the Dallas guys in second place. Brodeur's a good stand-up goaltender, not a big guy, but he covers a lot of space for a little man.
Well, you know what? While the New Jersey Devils keep the puck out, they're also in the top quarter in scoring goals. It's a great rivalry. Should be a great game tonight. Brendan Shanahan, Martin Brodeur, 2 players we talked about. Rivals on the ice, rivals off the ice in a different way. We'll explain next. Welcome back to Joe Louis Arena on Fox Sports Detroit. Ken Daniels alongside Mickey Redmond. I told you off the top, the great coaching matchup tonight. Jacques Lemaire, Scotty Bowman, and we'll be watching the matchups on the ice. Bobby Halik, a tough center out there for the New Jersey Devils. They'll have to keep an eye on Brendan Shanahan this evening. And there is Martin Brodeur, the Red Wings will have to beat.
Red Wings own Karen Newman.
Right now, Karen Newman with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The Red Wings back home for one before hitting the road for two prior to Christmas. Wings winless in 4, 2 losses surrounded by ties. The Devils unbeaten in 7, a tie last night in St. Louis. Our goalie matchup brought to you by your Michigan Toyota dealers. Toyota every day. For the Devils, Martin Brodeur has won his past 5 starts, had last night off, leading the league in wins, goals against average, and save percentage. For the Red Wings, it's Chris Osgood. Some stellar stops in Colorado has tied his past 2 starts. The referee tonight, Mick Magoo. The linesman, Dan McCourt and Andy McKelman. The Red Wings start up front. Brent Gilchrist in the middle between Kirk Maltby and Darren McCarty. Bob Rouse on defense with Nick Lidstrom. Up front for the New Jersey Devils, Bill Guerin, Brian Ralston, and Bobby Holik. And right off the bat, the Devils make their first change.
Yeah, and look what they also did. 1-2-2. We'll get into more of that as the game goes on. These guys love to trap. It's defensive hockey. Let's see what the Red Wings can do about it.
Back to the line and knocked down by Rouse. Come on, boys. Scott Niedermayer, man we talked about in the opening. Passes across. Odeline.
With McCarty and Odeline hearing each other, and the gloves come off right away. Back at the blue line, away from the play. Odeline's a tough ex-Montreal Canadian. He can go pretty good. And of course, we know what McCarty can do, and the 2 guys with the lefts right out of the gate. To open things up here, Red Wings and Devils, just 34 seconds in. And they're going to let them tire themselves out, it looks like. At this point, one of them gets loose, they can throw the haymakers. You can bet on that. But Odeline doing a good job of tying McCarty up at this point.
Darren McCarty has that sore elbow, Mick, which was lacerated.
See that left hand, and McCarty's trying to get that big left of his loose. Get the elbow pad off, both guys.
Whoa, the uppercut.
With an uppercut is right. He went to the right hand. He's a natural lefty. Odeline as well.
And I'll tell you what, the Montreal Canadiens defense, Mick, hasn't been the same since Lyle Odeline left for Stéphane Richer.
There's a couple of good guys right there. Look at that. No chin music afterwards. Good fair fight. Separate and go to their respective boxes. And off the ice, both good sense of humor. Odeline and McCarty. Now, not a dirty check by McCarty there, but Odeline just protecting his territory and saying, hey, I'll go anywhere on the road or at home. I don't care. And he takes on one of the tough Red Wings right out of the gate. I don't know if McCarty caught him with that or not. I don't think he did, but tough way to make a living, man. Now they open her up with a bang here, and you know, usually with these Eastern Conference teams, you don't see them but twice a year. And Jacques Lemaire and Scotty Bowman have a different job in getting their teams up for opposite conferences.
One chews gum, the other chews ice.
Had a good chat with Jacques Lemaire, who played for Scotty Bowman after I left Montreal, but Jacques was my centerman for a couple of years there. Threw a couple of Stanley Cups with the Canadians, and quite a character. Talking about Claude Ruel, the old Canadian coach, he used to help us out. But he won those many cups with Scotty Bowman in Montreal through the mid-70s.
5 each for fighting. Odeline and McCarty. They're stolen inside. Yzerman in front. Holmstrom couldn't come up with that puck. And the Devils turn with it. Steve Thomas, number 32. Deflects up and into the seats. Out of play. Played just 59 seconds in the first period. Here are the scratches tonight. Scott Daniels with that wrist injury has been out some time for New Jersey. Peter Sikora due to come back soon. Brad Bombardier. Now there's a good name for a hard-hitting defenseman, isn't it?
Good. Bombardier.
You betcha. Chris Draper, we spoke of, had the 2 hours of surgery on that dislocated thumb today. Knuble and Fetisov are out. Fetisov nursing a little bit of a sore right foot as well. Anders Eriksson. Up to center. Erickson in across the line, and the backhand sent one through just out of Doug Brown's reach. The former New Jersey Devil is Doug Brown, spent 7 years with New Jersey and holds the Devils' record for shorthanded goals with 11 over his career, tied along with Stefan Richer. Long shot in back of the goal. Slava Kozlov with it. Kozlov will be playing some center, what with Draper out of the lineup. So Scott Bowman will be experimenting with his lines a little bit. Dandino up there along with Brown. Kozlov heads to the bench, replaced out there by Brendan Shanahan. Into the high slot. That shot goes over top of the net by Dave Andrechuk. Gilmore off the back of the net. Andrechuk on it, number 23, goes back to the point. Held in by Surrey, the rookie, as the Devils control. Along the near boards. Sent back in behind the goal by Patrick Elias. Gilmore up there along with Andrechuk. Gilmore with the puck. Gets one back to the line. In behind the net, Andrechuk bumped a little bit by Chris Osgood. And Brendan Shanahan plays one off the boards and back into the New Jersey zone. On it is Doug Bodger, fired from San Jose in that trade for John McLean. Bodger wearing number 5. Niedermeyer in back of the net with Maltby. Here's Shanahan circling the goal. Bodger has him taken out of the play. And Scott Niedermeyer will carry up ice for the Devils. His pass just out of the reach of Guerin. Along the far boards, that's touched and icing coming up against New Jersey.
Now, when you play teams like Colorado and New Jersey, whether in the Western Conference or the Eastern Conference, you look at young Golubovsky in for his second game, you don't have to motivate your team very much, neither Jacques Lemaire or Scotty Bowman. You know you're playing one of the better teams in the National Hockey League, never mind East and West, and the players pretty much will get up by themselves. And New Jersey is, without a doubt, right now, the hottest team in the league. They are really on fire.
And you saw that statistic when New Jersey has a lead. That's one thing you don't want to even have the Devils have a 1-0 lead.
No.
When you've got Martin Brodeur in net. One thing about New Jersey, they won't give up many rebounds. It's tough enough to beat Martin Brodeur on the first shot. You quite often don't get a second. Larionov out there for the Red Wings, stopped at the blue line by Pusher. Martin Lapointe and Shanahan also up front. Bobby Carpenter, the center for Jacques Lemaire. Carpenter took that draw and immediately heads off and goes to the Devils bench. Ralston coming over the boards. There's Hawley, deflected in front of the goal, and New Jersey will bring it out. Away at center comes Steve Thomas. Thomas in across the line. And Jan Golubovsky in for Fetisov tonight. Golubovsky moves it up to center and rolls Pusher, in, and there's a fight behind the play.
And Pusher ducks down out of the way. Thomas will get some time here, and it'll be an interesting call by Mick Magoo. He's got to give Thomas extra. It may be 4-2. We'll wait and see when we come back. Early first period. No score, Devils and Red Wings. Well, no score in this game as you look at the top teams in the 90s. A couple of surprises there, at least for the way today is. The perception, the Bruins at 307 in third place. The Penguins you would expect, the Red Wings as well. Rangers and the Devils have been good, really good the last 5 years. Big time good.
And no secret that these two teams won a lot in the 90s. Bowman and Lemaire share the distinction of being number 1 and 2 respectively on the games coached with their current team's list, and the 2 longest serving coaches now 5 years with their current clubs.
It's offsetting minor penalties. Steve Thomas got a bargain, and Jamie Pusher got robbed on that one. Thomas got 2 or 3 punches in.
Thomas got the unsportsmanlike. Pusher got the roughing penalty. So scoreless now as the teams play 4 aside. Sent into the corner. Maltby ran into his man out there along with Gilchrist. That lead pass out of the reach for number 16, Bobby Holik. And the icing is negated. Holik hustling in there along with Brian Ralston. Ralston getting one back to the point. Into the high slot, and the shot by Niedermeyer just went wide. Turning around on that shot is Brian Ralston from Flint, Michigan. And the puck goes off to the near boards and taken by the Red Wings. Out to center, Maltby steps across the line, shoots one in. Red Wings making a complete change and immediately set ahead for Scott Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer away from Yzerman. His rink-wide pass to the fine rookie, Patrick Elias. Moving in deep into Red Wing territory, then dumped as Kozlov got a piece of him. There's Doug Gilmore. Gilmore circling the goal, sent one into the slot. and cleared out by Detroit. Slava Kozlov, who was benched last game for, well, some decisions that were poor in his own zone. We'll leave it at that, but back in the lineup tonight. Out there along with Yzerman, the pass rink wide to Kozlov. Brodeur plays that puck so well when he comes out of the net. In behind the goal, Yzerman moving up. Lidstrom took a whack at the puck. Lidstrom backing up with it. Still on it. At the line, held it in and knocked down in front before it could roll through to Steve Yzerman for a chance. Stevens, number 4, to another Scott in Niedermeyer. They'll log a lot of ice time for New Jersey. Gilmore up on the rush. Osgood to sweep it away from Doug Gilmore, who in his return back to Toronto last Saturday, his first trip back since being traded by the Maple Leafs, scored the game-winning goal. And that night, Mick, Doug Gilmore put up $1,000 in the Devils' locker room for the guy who scored the winner. Doug kept his own money. Wouldn't you know, that's how you do it. They won 3-0. He got the first just 80 seconds into the game against his former club. In back of the net. And yes, it would have been American money, even though they were in Toronto. Set that record straight.
For 1,500.
Exactly. That's why he really wanted it. Larionov ahead for Larry Murphy. Murphy flipped one up. His ice time cut down a bit in Colorado the other night. Larry Murphy not paired with Lidstrom in a direct attempt to try and save Larry Murphy's legs. He's logged a lot of ice time.
You know, Lidstrom with his age, I mean, he's going to play a ton. And Murphy with his age, he's got to get some break because he has played a lot. The two of them together have played probably an average of 25 minutes to 30 minutes a game.
In behind the net, Sheldon Souray moved one up the boards for Randy McKay. McKay, of course, former Detroit Red Wing, and also spent 4 years at Michigan Tech. McKay wears number 21. At center is Dennis Peterson, number 10, firing one in. Osgood coming out of the net to play it. Blocked over there by Peterson. Throws him back to the goal. Gilmore centered to the line, not out, held in. There's Gilmore all alone. Backhand shot. Osgood with a big stop. Rebound in front. Osgood grabs a hold of that one and he'll hang on.
Pretty creative move by Doug Gilmore right there. As Jacques Lemaire double shifts Gilmore, this time with Peterson and McKay. And Osgood had to be sharp, but Gilmore pretty tricky around the net. Two good stops there by Ozzy. McKay digging and hacking and whacking. He's off to a good start, Randy McKay, with 10 goals again this year. But Gilmore is like an eel out there. Slippery, moves around there pretty quietly, but very effectively.
Doug Gilmore is an unrestricted free agent at the end of this season. He's looking for a 2-year deal from the Devils, probably in the neighborhood, you'd think, between $8 and $10 million.
For over 2 years.
Over 2 years.
Yep.
And Lou Lamoriello has said it's Gilmore and Niedermeyer, his next two to get signed. I don't think Gilmore will be signed before the new year, but they've signed Scott Stevens, signed Martin Brodeur, trying to lock up the guys so they don't have problems off season. Niedermeyer would be next on the list for Lou Lamoriello to get under contract.
Well, you know, this kid quietly is an excellent hockey player. Scotty Bowman's got a problem with Mick Magoo. Red Wings had Magoo in Colorado. They weren't exactly overly pleased with his work there. He called a couple of cheap penalties on both sides, really, in Denver. And here, Scotty probably still giving it to him, but the pusher Steve Thomas deal, and then he makes a line change. So.
Well, we talked about off the top. Scott Bowman, Jacques Lemaire, all they'll love to match lines. Lemaire changes on the fly more than any coach in the National Hockey League, and probably Scotty saying, we're the home team.
Right.
Get my last change. You're not putting your hand up in time. So far, New Jersey has changed 7 times on the fly. Detroit has changed 5 while the play has been going on.
Any matchups that start to recur to see who's looking for what out there.
The nice thing about the Devils is they're so deep. You can put out Carpenter as your defensive center. You put out Bobby Holik just to try and pester the likes of Igor Larionov and get under his skin. And then you've got Gilmore who can do the same thing.
Oh, look out.
There's a stick that came up.
That'll be a penalty. Accidental by Randy McKay. The thing about New Jersey, the reason they're so effective is these players 100% buy into Jacques Lemaire's system. He's also a disciplinarian, tough but fair. And there's the high stick right there. A little clip on the side of the face by McKay. Not meant, but still effective, and he goes to the box. So Detroit with their first power play.
Remember how effective McKay was as member of the crash line with Holik and Peluso?
Oh, yeah.
What a number they did in the playoffs.
Sure did. Yeah, Randy McKay is a guy that nothing fancy about him. He comes to play, gets his shirt dirty every night, and he's found a way to score some goals in the last couple of years.
Well, you mentioned he has 10 already. He hasn't had more than 12 since 91-92. Well, the man who was taken 113th overall by Detroit in '85 is on a roll.
He's found a way. He's worked very hard at his game. Randy McKay is not what you call a natural talented guy, and he's worked hard, and that's really why he gets a lot of success. He goes to the net hard, pays prices, and he keeps you honest out there, boy.
Compensation for Troy Crowder. So now the Red Wings with a chance here on the power play to break a scoreless tie. Brendan Shanahan hit on the power play last game as a league leading 9 power play goals, and that gave Osgood some problems.
And the fans.
Yeah.
But 19,000, I'm like, oh no.
All at once.
Holy mackerel. And a problem with that shot right from the get-go. I mean, it was a 100-footer center ice, and Osgood couldn't find it. Look at it, laying there. His feet still didn't know where it was, and he just dropped down before a red sweater got there.
Ralston going after that puck. He's got some speed to get in quickly. Why they want more goals from Brian Ralston, that would have been a gift. And he knocked that one in. Larionov back for Lidstrom. Red Wings power play 6th in the National Hockey League. Devils 4th in penalty killing, 5th on the road. Larionov had it knocked away. Odeline with it off of Larionov into the slot. Comes out, and Andrechuk will flip one out to center. That would have been offside, although Gilmore didn't catch up to it. Knocked down by Lidstrom. Turning with it is Steve Yzerman. Gains control of the Devils line. Feeds one off. Lidstrom looks back for Darren McCarty. Yzerman directing traffic, takes the puck. Now Lidstrom on the far side, looks to Yzerman. Had some problems with it, and Doug Gilmore's there. Gilmore ridden out of the play, and a good play by Steve Yzerman. That shot goes in wide of the net. Shanahan will play it back to safety with Ralston up on the forecheck for New Jersey. Half a minute to go in this Devils penalty to Randy McKay. Long shot in by Brown around back of the net. Thomas Holmstrom in on the puck. Gilchrist went after it. Comes to the point to Brown out there along with Murphy. Brown gave that puck away and cleared out to center as New Jersey gets it to the Red Wing line, but no further. Murphy blocked that rush. Carpenter was all over him, and once again New Jersey will send it down, so the Red Wings will be 0 for 1. Their first power play try of the evening. Kay steps out of the box. Detroit didn't get a shot in their first power play try. Knocked down. Holmstrom, some good work to get it into the corner. Pass number 28, Dean. Around to the far side. Lapointe getting over there to block it. In behind the goal, Holmstrom. Looking for an open man. Sent one in for Gilchrist. The return feed for Holmstrom. Gobbled up by Bobby Holik. On the half boards, the Devils will get it out. Taken by Anders Eriksson. Both teams making changes as play carries on. Rink-wide pass out of the reach of Lapointe. Then Kozlov in looking for the puck. Loose into the slot. And the Devils will carry out. Elias, right wing side. Guerin, his shot went off a leg wide of the goal. And Guerin goes into the net and took it with him. As a collision in the crease of Osgood. 10:18 to go in the first. We're still scoreless.
Hockey fans, it's now time for trivia.
Tickets for the 33rd annual Great Lakes Invitational now on sale. Don't miss any of the action as Michigan Tech, Michigan State, St. Lawrence battle for the GLI Championship December 27th, 28th. Right around the corner. Great seats are available, including our family pack. You can place your GLI order tonight and you'll receive a free Detroit Red Wings calendar. Call now. Operators are standing by at area code 313-396-7575. Sent in deep by Sheldon Saray. Scored his first NHL goal, a game winner Tuesday versus the Rangers. They're centered in front, they score! Peterson deflected that one in. McKay doing the work along with Andrechuk. And it's 1-0 New Jersey approaching the halfway mark, first period.
Now Randy McKay not taken out of the play and back to the left of Osgood. Stick on the ice, and that's what you need to do when you go to the net. See, right there, the puck bounced off Osgood, goes to McKay. He starts to play out. goes right across the front, and Peterson it is, with that backwards. McKay made the play, and Peterson had his stick flat to the ice. A perfect play by number 21. And you know what? That goal may go to Randy McKay. I think it went off the stick of Lidstrom and never got to Peterson by that replay. But nevertheless, the Devils on top, 1-0.
So we'll wait for the official on that one. Sent in deep by Saray, the 21-year-old. Andrechuk, though, got his big body in there, I believe, to block Bob Rouse out of the play to create some traffic. Up at center for Maltby. You're right, Randy McKay got that one. Martin Brodeur can't clear the puck. And Brodeur is perhaps one of the best goaltenders in the National Hockey League, controlling the puck. Maltby's been high stick, Mick. Another penalty coming up to New Jersey.
Randy McKay's going to argue with Mick Magoo, but I don't think it was McKay that had the stick up this time.
Andrechuk.
Mick Magoo. Keep the sticks down, boys. It's 2 high sticks accidental, really, by New Jersey. Coates are getting his first shift out there. Here comes Maltby, and
that was Andrechuk.
Gilchrist, and then Maltby's right to the left, and he got clipped by Andrechuk's stick. So,
well, I'm sure, Mick, tonight that Scotty Bowman went in and told his team discipline against the New Jersey Devils.
There you see the hook.
Yep.
So really, that wasn't all that accidental by the look on that one. You can see big Andrechuk just put his stick behind Maltby's right ear and tugged on it. I mean,
so Andrechuk is in the box. The Devils, the 10th least penalized team in the league, but amazingly enough, they've had 27 more power play opportunities than shorthanded situations. The Detroit Red Wings -9. So New Jersey plus 27, and you have to figure a big part of that is they'll draw teams into penalties, aggravate them. That's why Scott Bowman wants his team to be patient. Here they are looking for the equalizer in front. Oh, and there's Brodeur. To stop that, Larionov right into the crease, and there's a shot to the face.
That was Odelin that whacked Shanahan. And now McCarty's got the gloves off with Scott Stevens, who's not known to be a fighter. And he's just wailing away on Stevens, who's going to be forced to fight. Finally now, and away from that, you got Shanahan and Odelin on the other side of the ice, threatening each other, and Stevens and McCarty going at it toe-to-toe. Shanahan and Odelin on this side of the ice. Magoo's watching those two. They haven't been able to get loose yet. And that was instigated by Odelin, who is doing his thing, and Shanahan in the middle of the fight is talking to Magoo.
Shanahan and Foote went the other night in Colorado in a dandy. Odelin still trying to throw.
Yet. He got a couple in on Shanahan, and he gets a couple back.
Brendan getting that right hand.
He's hot now. Shanahan's really peeved. Odelin's a good and sneaky fighter, not sneaky bad, but I mean, he's good at it. He waits his turn, got a couple in, and now Shanahan's hot. Sweater's half up, elbow pads off, and he's trying to get one dandy into Lyle Olden, and he missed him with a left. He went to the left. And this is a pretty good exchange. They're two big boys, so Odelin's got his night's work already done. Shanahan mixes it up. McCarty and Stevens. Friday night at the fights. Couple of dandies as part of a hockey game we got going here.
Both McCarty and Odelin have now gone with 2 separate partners this evening. One with each other earlier, then both picked on somebody else for a go-to. Here we go. Here's how she all began.
There's a good chance.
A scoring chance here first.
There was a scoring chance here? Larionov with the redirect. Good stop by Brodeur in good position. And then they come in there. And that's the one thing about a Lemaire team. Look at Stevens. He is a son of a gun boy around the net. He'll make you pay the price. Big, strong, tough, and he can be mean as a bearcat. Look at them all right there. Carpenter in there. Stevens, Odelin. They will protect the front of their net and their goaltender. Stevens wasn't ready to go, and McCarty said, oh, I'm going anyway. You want to join in? That's up to you.
I think Darren was just trying to see, is your sweater tied down? Yeah, it is.
Did he ever get some lefts in there? And finally, Stevens said, I've had enough of this. I'm going to fight back. See, Odeline's just sleeping right now. Shanahan's talking to the referee. Odeline's like, well, I'll let you talk, and then we'll get back to business here. Watch this. Look at the right hand. Watch that right hand. Odeline's talking to him. There he goes. Boom, boom. Another one. When Shanahan got his own version of a couple of rights in there and a couple of dandies, too. Oh, boy, a couple of competitors right there.
And don't forget, all this took place while the Red Wings, who trail 1-0, were on a power play. Dave Andrechuk still has 1:39 left in it. So while we have a moment, it's time for Who Am I? Sponsored by the Wellness Plan. First of 3 clues, this current Devil scored the game-winning goal as a freshman with Lake Superior State in the 1992 NCAA championship game, a win over Wisconsin. If you know the answer, write it on a postcard with your name, address, and phone number to Who Am I, care of Joe Louis Arena, 600 Civic Center Drive, 48226.
Well, Kenny, what's happened here is they've given Odeline an extra 2 minutes here over everybody else, and what that, of course, creates is advantage Red Wings.
New Jersey's
5 skaters to 3.
Fighting. New Jersey's Lyle Odeline, 2 instigating, 5 fighting in the game misconduct.
So Odeline got the boot. He gets a hook and gone for the night. 2 for instigating.
McCarty, 5 for fighting. And Detroit's Brendan Shanahan, 5 for fighting at 10:48.
So what this means is almost a complete 2 minutes of a 2-man advantage now for the Detroit Red Wings. And Jacques Lemaire does not like the call.
So
he's irate with Mick Magoo, you can see.
He sure is. Well, I think what he's saying is, how about McCarty on Scott Stevens? But away from that was Odeline instigated the fight with Shanahan, and he called that. So that's why Lemaire's upset. And here you show you a high angle of the pileup. I mean, it gets real busy right in that area as soon as that save is made. Now, Odeline, watch right here. Number 24 right there. Watch him take a whack. Things have settled down.
He already whacked him once.
Yeah.
He'd already whacked him once.
Okay.
And I guess that's what Mick Magoo saw, and then when they carried on.
Oh, well.
So not only they get the extra 2, but to have Lyle Odeline out of the game hurts the New Jersey Devils.
No kidding. He's a funny son of a gun, Lyle Odeline, too. The farmer in the offseason out in Western Canada. A rugged guy, great sense of humor, and good, solid defenseman.
Now, you didn't notice anyone leaving the building while those fights were going on, did you, Mick?
There was nobody going to the pop stand.
I didn't think so.
When you're out there at the pizza stand or the ginger ale stand and you hear a roar, you can tell the different roar from a Red Wing goal or when there's a Donnybrook going on and everybody's like, let me back there, baby.
Hold my place in line to someone who doesn't know any better.
I'll get this in a minute.
Exactly. So a great chance.
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a piece of pizza today.
Yeah. More than a quarter now, though. Into the corner. Back to the point it goes. Now to Lidstrom. Lidstrom feeds off. Yzerman. Side of the goal. Brodeur, what a stop.
Man.
Oh, robbing Larionov at the side of the net. Did it earlier, did it again.
Now Steve Yzerman knew he had this play. He hesitated, he had his head up handling the puck, and he put it right on the tape of Larionov, and I have a feeling that Igor may have gotten it off the tip of the stick as he flicked the wrist forward. You see Yzerman way over on the right-hand side over here. There he goes, loops around behind the net. Down, here comes Igor into the side. Boom, look at that play. That's quickness by Martin Brodeur. Spectacular stop right there. There's a great look at it right there. See, Igor didn't get it on the first swipe, and that allowed Brodeur to make the save with the pad.
Well, that's why he has the best goals against average in the National Hockey League. Sent across again, just out of the reach as Dean was over there, perhaps just to tip it by. And it comes down the ice. Osgood will move it ahead to Lidstrom. Lidstrom across the line, into the slot, cleared. Off the glass, but not out. Murphy held the puck in. Brodeur, who plays it so well, stops it back of the goal. Around and past Lidstrom and out to center.
Look at them standing up. My goodness, that's offside. That's unbelievable. Scott Niedermayer standing up in a 5-on-3. Talk about decision making. Holy smoke.
He's got speed.
I mean, that's excellent decision making by Niedermayer, and he forces the offside standing up like that. I mean, very rarely are you going to see anybody stand up. Watch this guy. Usually you got to be dropping back in here, but look at him. He's forcing the puck carrier, and over here Kozlov goes offside. Boy, that's a a very smart move when you can get away with it, but the whole thing key to making that move is being able to read the play and whether I can make that decision or not. And that's why Niedermeyer, with the green light from Jacques Lemaire, has a free hand to do pretty much whatever he wants, and he doesn't abuse that. And that's why he's a great player. And it's a great coach to recognize it too.
Detroit has called timeout. So Scott Bowman knows about the opportunity his team has here to even up the game. Our next Red Wings game on Fox Sports Detroit comes your way this Monday night, 7:30 from the Fleet Center in Boston. I'll be along with Mickey Redmond and our host John Keating for Fox Sports Tonight Red Wings pregame, which kicks off tonight live at 7 p.m. Monday from Boston.
Well, Lemaire's gang has gotten out of here unscathed so far. 48 seconds left, about halfway through the original penalty high stick. It seems like forever ago to Andreychuk. Detroit is going to have to shoot the puck in, but to do that, Kenny, they got to have somebody going with speed down the wing into the end zone, and don't let Brodeur handle the puck.
That would be a key to keep it away from him. He's so good. Don't forget, he's scored a goal. Mind you, there was no goalie in that net, but he has scored before. In the side of the goal. Back to the point it comes. Now to Murphy. Murphy right in the shot. There's Brodeur out to get that glove hand and make the save on Murphy.
And made it look easy, didn't he?
You know, Doug Gilmour told me this morning that Martin Brodeur has a better one-timer than he does. That's how well he shoots the puck. So you want to keep it away from him. It was a good shot by Murphy, but Brodeur out on top.
Now Lidstrom goes to Murphy, who moves in with Jersey in a very short triangle, and Brodeur made it look easy. He was square to the shooter. Watch him move to the right. Sets up. Has lots of time. And he just makes it easy, picks it up. Nothing to it, eh, Mark? His dad's a photographer, or was for many, many, many years. And I mean a lot of years.
Montreal
at the Montreal Forum. Denis Brodeur.
Back to Lidstrom, and Denis said that was his son's biggest improvement this year, his handling of the puck. Larionov to Lidstrom, now to Murphy, now to Lidstrom, the shot, and Brodeur got over to make the save.
See how easy it looks with him? It's amazing.
Side to side, that's why Martin Brodeur has posted the best numbers in the National Hockey League, tops in goals against average, wins, and second in save percentage.
That shot hurt Brodeur and got him just above the goal pad. Big Dunham, the backup, Mike.
He's only played in 7 games. Brodeur appearing in his 28th, same as Osgood tonight, but Dunham has a 2.32 goals against, 9-10 save percentage.
Red Wings have been effective down low. They haven't been able to score, but they've had the mismatch. Brodeur flexing that left leg. He got it above the goal pad and below the thigh pad. They've got to get it down low if they can and try to get the one-timer. They've isolated it. They just haven't been able to convert.
Here's Murphy feeding one off. Eisenman goes cross crease. In too close, puck was deflected. Now Andreychuk out of the box, so a one-man advantage now for the next 15 seconds. Scores! Lidstrom with the blast, and it's 1-1, a power play goal.
Well, Lidstrom just blows it at the net. He caught Andreychuk coming out of the box, resets up, and a 50-footer. Brodeur did not see it. Eisenman might have got a piece of it. He was standing in Brodeur's vision, his line of vision. Look at this. Right between Eisenman's legs. That's an excellent screen by the captain, and no chance for Marty Brodeur, and we are tied at 1.
Lidstrom's 12th goal.
Good Eisenman watching the puck stick on the ice, sees it coming, just lifts the leg up out of the way. And it's 1-1. I don't think by that replay he got a piece of it, but he's happy to see it go in the net past Brodeur.
It sure is. Lidstrom breaking a 6-game goalless drought. Had just a couple of assists his past 6 games, but his 12th goal of the season, his 5th goal on the power play, ties up this game 1-1. Lidstrom came into play tonight along with Larry Murphy, tied for 4th in defense scoring in the National Hockey League. In front of those two are Scott Niedermeyer, playing here tonight, who's 3rd. But Lidstrom has now tied Niedermeyer for 3rd in points among defensemen. And all that's offside at the New Jersey blue line. So Lidstrom getting the goal. The Devils and Red Wings tied 1-1 on Fox Sports Detroit. There's the goal scorer, Nick Lidstrom, who played 32 minutes on 33 shifts the other night in Colorado. A scoring play, Lidstrom from Yzerman and Murphy. So Lidstrom and Murphy both tie Scott Niedermayer now for third in NHL defense scoring. Both with 26 points. Sent in around back of the net. Brown tying up his man. Murphy in behind the net goes to Anders Eriksson. Around in the near boards and out to center ice. On it is Dandenong. His pass to the New Jersey line and then offside as Murphy brought it back in. There's a look at Doug Bodger. Came over from the San Jose Sharks for John McLean and Ken Sutton. Needs 1 goal for 100, as you see in his NHL career, which is previous stops Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and San Jose. Now in his 5th game with New Jersey and has already scored a goal for the Devils. Doug Bodger approaching 1,000 games in his career. Man, oh man.
Doesn't seem like that, does it?
Doesn't, no. 949th game tonight. 505 points.
All this fighting going on. Joe Kocur getting the 2nd shift. He's probably feeling a little left out around Christmas time. What's going on here?
Wax. Here's Peterson. His shot deflects up into the seats and out of play.
There he is, Sheriff Joe.
By the way, you should wish him a very happy 33rd for Sunday.
Sunday. Now, what do we got? Let's
No
see.
game till Monday.
These days are all running into each other here. We got Boston on Monday and Buffalo on Tuesday before the Christmas break, and then Toronto back-to-back.
So
33rd birthday.
33rd on Sunday. We wish you a happy birthday. To Joe Kocur.
He was awfully happy to get re-signed by the Red Wings after bouncing around from the Rangers, and was part of that Stanley Cup team in New York in '94, and then here with Detroit last year again. Re-signed again for another year. And of course, he was playing old-timers hockey in the beer league when he gets signed. So
Red Wing scouts are everywhere, aren't
very. Well, you got to be serving the right thing.
Yeah, well, that's true too. I didn't want to quite go that far, but
well, listen.
now that you mention it,
the old-timer. I mean, the post-game activities with the old-timers is every bit as important as what goes on in the ice. You got to have a cold ginger ale after the game, that's for sure. Get up a good sweat. There's a guy that did a lot of sweating over the years.
Mr. Hockey.
Big number 9. How are you, Gord? He's pretty relaxed.
Showing him up on the big screen here.
Got Son Murray with him, I think, too. On the other side.
That's you hear the applause
Looks
here at
like
Joe Louis Arena for Gordie Howe. He's being shown up on the big board.
Hello, boy, Gord.
And his number for all to remember here at the Joe.
He's looking very relaxed, but you didn't relax much when you were playing against him, that's for sure. That looked like an offside play, but
Guerin into the corner. Guerin, of course, coming off a new deal with the Devils just so he could play in the Olympics because he knew he wouldn't be a part of it. Not with Lou Lamoriello running things if he didn't sign with New Jersey, so he did. Maybe not quite the funds he would have liked, but Olympics don't come around every day.
he's become a pretty good player, too, I think.
Sure has. Centered right in front of the goal. There's a shot over top of the net. A point and a great opportunity there with Brodeur down, but the shot went high. Holmstrom bumping into his man. Now Yzerman heads off to the bench. Lidstrom with 5.5 to go in a 1-1 tie here first period. Glad you're along with us this Friday night on Fox Sports Detroit from Joe Louis Arena. In behind the net, Bodger. Knocked out to center, taken by Kozlov. Back for Eriksson. Turning with it in his own zone is Brown to Kozlov. Red Wings looking for some skating room, but there's not a lot out there with the Devils. Here's Larionov into Kozlov. In deep, circling the goal, looking for someone. Eriksson slot. Brodeur with a great save on Anders Eriksson. That left hand working in fine fashion. Eriksson with a great shot. Brodeur with a better stop. That's why we're still tied 1-1. Well, on the heels of that fine save from Martin Brodeur, now you know why he has 138 wins since '93, the most. And how about playoffs for Martin Brodeur? A 1.83 goals against average and 6 shutouts in playoff competition.
Look at that guy. That's an unlikely guy that you'd see in net bang, with Toronto not being.
Well, although 93-94, thanks to Doug Gilmour, who's here now. I mean, that's when he racked up most of those. He's had some subpar years lately.
Yeah. But I don't mean necessarily because of his personal play, but I mean, you know, the Leafs have not had a really good hockey club in a few years where they've won more than they've lost.
There's a shot that's deflected just past the net in the glove hand of Brodeur. Sent in again. Brodeur, there he is, whipping that puck off the boards, but it came back as the Red Wings take control. Gilchrist with one shot and another. That one went wide. At the line. Sent down the ice by New Jersey. Osgood will come out to play it away and move one ahead for Kirk Maltby. Maltby quickly had a check on him as Zelapukin got over there. There's a penalty coming up to the Red Wings.
It's Pusher and Thomas who had the bit of a goal. They only got two minutes apiece before, but Pusher will get it for boarding probably. Here with 4:29 to go in the first. Steve Thomas up and okay. And indeed, that's a call from Mr. Magoo. Maltby got tripped up and knocked down. Steve Thomas, look at Zelapukin close quickly. And there's the hit, no damage done. Steve Thomas hit his shoulder there. And now Pusher joins the crowd. Been a busy place the first period tonight, that sin bin.
Pusher for boarding as New Jersey heads to their power play. Coming up in just a few minutes, Mickey's going to head downstairs to talk with that man right there after the first period in our new Dodge intermission. Mickey will be in conversation with Steve Yzerman. Highlights and stats from the first period, and Mickey on the telestrator. So New Jersey goes to the power play for the first time tonight. There you see that assist by Yzerman, now 13th on the all-time list. Passing Johnny Busick. Devils working with the man advantage. Send to the side of the goal and knocked away before Gilmour could get to it.
It's a set play, Ken. You can see that. Gilmour almost made it 2-1. Nicely set up and automatically right across the front.
Sent in deep by Patrick Elias. On the puck is Rouse, banging at it, but not out of the zone. Held in by the Devils and knocked down. Brown got a piece of that puck and up to center and over 2 lines, just as Yzerman had lifted up his skate. So Steve Yzerman passing Johnny Busick into 13th alone in points. And he's catching Busick in goals too right now, just 8 back of Johnny Busick. Here's the Doug Gilmour opportunity. Knows where to go when he doesn't have the puck. And just out of his reach before Doug Gilmour could tap it past. Circles in behind the net. Gilmour got the shot away and a good save made by Chris Osgood to beat Doug Gilmour. Doug Gilmour's father, while he was in Toronto last week, told him he wasn't shooting the puck enough. Doug said he always calls him Dad, except when he gives him advice, and then he calls him Don. Here's McCarty. Can't clear it. Devils working with just over a minute to go on the power play, and now it's sent down the ice. Brodeur out to stop it. A 1-1 tie. First power play opportunity for New Jersey. Penalty minutes. 33 to the Devils, 17 to the Red Wings in this first period. Round back of the goal, Rouse. Moving it out to center. On it is Brian Ralston. Has to wait for his teammates to get back on side. Now Ralston fed one across, blocked by Lidstrom, and sent back out to center one more time. Bill Guerin playing one back. Ralston on the right wing side. Has a good shot set up at the right point along with Gilmour. Ralston moving in to glove that puck down. There's a shot. That was blocked. It came to Larionov. He'll move it ahead to Brendan Shanahan, right wing. Both teams change. Shanahan with the great move. Oh, and Brodeur with the great save on Shanahan. And what a pretty move that was by the Red Wings winger who heads off to the bench. Nearly a shorthanded goal for Brendan Shanahan. Played around and out to center for Dave Andrechuk. whose 5 goals this season way below par. Sticked aside by Osgood. Back of the goal. Penalty is over, so New Jersey 0 for 1 on the power play. Jamie Pusher out of the box. Eriksson will send one in deep. There's Brodeur. Gave it away. He's given it away twice tonight on his clears. Handles the puck well, but perhaps has to be a little more selective. Dandino the shot. Brodeur there to make the save, and Andreychuk will just clip one up into the seats and out of play with 2:07 left, first period. Andreychuk halts the play.
February, March, and April will go on sale Monday, January the 5th.
There's Brendan Shanahan with that great opportunity around Doug Gilmour, knowing that he can catch a forward back playing defense. What with the power play, and Shannon pulled that move through his skates. Dave Andreychuk, when you're as big as he is, when he hits the boards, the other night, Andreychuk, and then just flipped it up. He'd had enough. He ran into a stanchion over at the players' bench in a game 2 games ago, and it took him a little while to get up. He was stunned by that one. Scott Stevens in his 16th season moves that puck ahead. There's a pass in for Thomas. Had a little trouble with it. Steve Thomas turning. Gets one across for Bob Carpenter. First American-born player to jump right from high school into the National Hockey League. Bob Carpenter. Been around a long time. Now in his 17th season. At center, the Red Wings shoot it in. Kevin Dean, number 28, bumped off the puck by Matthew Dandino. To the point, it hit Magoo and stayed in the zone. Sent back in deep by Dandino one more time. Kevin Dean. As the Devils bring it to center ice. Backhand shot in. This will be icing. As Pusher is back to get it with 1:19 to go in the opening period. Well, there is Jacques Lemaire. 8 Stanley Cups as a player with the Montreal Canadiens. 5 of those with Scotty Bowman as his head coach. Scotty left after that 79 season. He shuffled off to Buffalo while Jacques Lemaire went into retirement, but has since won a Stanley Cup as head coach with the New Jersey Devils. Nice tie on Jacques Lemaire. Director Jim Marshall wants that one for when the game is over. Off the draw. Knocked into the corner. McCarty took his man out and cleared out to center ice. Good job of back checking there. Yzerman had a piece of his man. Osgood stick that puck aside in the corner. On it is Bobby Holik, number 16. First in goals, power play goals, game-winning goals, points, shots. Done it all this season as Holik for the New Jersey Devils has the puck now at center. Looks right wing side for Guerin. Guerin dropping one to Holik. He couldn't catch up to it. And Yzerman makes the move at center ice. Flipping one up the boards for Holmstrom. That went off his skate, rolls rink wide over to Ralston. Now to Niedermeyer. Ralston on the return feed. Stepping across center. Long shot in wide of the net. Less than a half minute to go in the opening period. A fight-filled first. A 1-1 tie. Zelapukin looking for the puck, but Larionov will come up with it. Has Eriksson to his left. Larionov goes right. Onside at the line. Will point the shot. That was deflected wide of Brodeur. And Thomas will clear it out to center. Long shot in Thomas. Nice flexing stop made by Osgood. Clearing it to Murphy as the first period comes to a close. And certainly from an entertainment point of view, the fans here at the Joe have to be pretty pleased. Martin Brodeur with some spectacular stops. He faced 10 Red Wing shots. Chris Osgood was good at the other end, facing 8 from the New Jersey Devils, who beat him once. Randy McKay, his 11th goal of the season. McKay, the former Red Wing, and spent 4 years at Michigan Tech. Then Nick Lidstrom with his 12th goal of the season, and his 5th on the power play, his 26th point from Yzerman and Murphy. Yzerman now 13th all-time in points. Mickey Redmond will return with a guest during our New Dodge intermission report. After 20 minutes of play, the Red Wings and Devils tied at 1. With 46 locations to serve you and out-the-door pricing, nobody beats Bell Tire. Oh, there's a great goaltender. Sawchuk. We've seen some great goaltending here tonight. Chris Osgood, Martin Brodeur, 1-1 after 20 minutes of play. Now, off the top, Mick, we mentioned how Brendan Shanahan and Martin Brodeur are rivals. We saw in the first period, Martin Brodeur beat Brendan Shanahan on a great shorthanded chance. Rivals on the ice, rivals off the ice with the rival clothing company.
Yeah, they're partners, if you will. And Brendan Shanahan was telling me about that down when we were in Carolina. This is a commercial that the two of them shot for the product line. They've got the a sign on the board, apparently, at the Carolina Hurricanes home games. So Shanahan and Brodeur teaming up in a different way, away from the heat of the action of the NHL like tonight. So
the funny thing is, when they filmed that commercial, Mick, apparently Martin Brodeur, before they recorded, let everything in. Then when Brendan Shanahan started taking the shots, Brodeur stopped everything in sight. So that's the goalies aren't so dumb. You see?
Well, I never said they were dumb. However, Shanahan maybe got to go for between his eyes once or twice.
Ah, that's what you
loosen
do.
up a couple of fillings, but he's a good one. What a great first period. When I was downstairs, I was talking to Hudson. He was sitting behind the bench there. He said, "Boy, Brodeur, square to the shooter, moves quickly, anticipates well." He said, "What a great goaltender." Of course, Hudson, an understudy right now to Osgood, studying every goaler he can get his hands on.
What do you have for us in the telestrator, Mick, before the second period gets underway?
We're going to take a look at the New Jersey goal and how it's set up. And I believe that they give credit to the goal to Randy McKay. It did hit Lidstrom's stick and go in, but you take a look at what happens here. Go ahead and run her, guys. We'll set this thing up. Randy McKay got the loose puck behind the net, and here we go. We get her rolling. See the dump in right there, and watch McKay, who's going to end up with the puck and come out of the corner. Here's Randy McKay. Peterson right here, who goes to the front of the net. Here comes McKay. Picks up the puck. Now watch Peterson hold it right there, guys. See, there's a team up here, and you've got a guy watching the point over here. Peterson sneaks in between. Randy McKay on a pick right there is going to come out and around. Go ahead and run it. Now watch this. Lidstrom sees McKay. He knows he's there. Lidstrom's so good with his stick. Tried to knock it off. He did knock it off. However, unfortunately for Nicholas Lidstrom and the Red Wings, the puck went into the net off his stick. So even though Lidstrom didn't have Peterson covered, he was able to knock it off, but right back behind his goaltender and in the net.
So there are the first period stats. Detroit out shooting New Jersey 10-8 and outchanced them. Had more of the power play opportunities. New Jersey took more of the penalty minutes, unlike the Devils. Not usually like that, but Scotty Bowman and Jacques Lemaire matching lines. Changes during play. Lemaire 14 on the fly, Scott Bowman 10, and Lemaire to get matchups he wants, and it's not easy because of course he's the visiting team. Won't get the last change during a stoppage, so we'll do it during the play, and he'll change more on the fly than any other coach in the National Hockey League.
Well, it just means you got to be alert. You got to be at attention on that bench all the time, and you never know when Jacques Lemaire is going to tap you on the back, or Scotty Bowman for that matter. You just got to be ready to go all the time.
Well, we're ready to go, and second period is underway, a 1-1 tie. Darren up on Maltby. Darren trying to come up with the puck, feeds one back to the blue line. There's a shot that missed the net on Osgood, off the stick of Sheldon Soray. Carrying in is Gilchrist, had the puck poked away, tapped one off the boards. Brian Ralston, number 14, carries out for New Jersey. His pass tipped at the line by Halik. Back to Ralston. There's a shot, missed the glove side on Osgood. To the point, Bodger held it in, goes to an open wing. Soray hustling in after the puck, back behind the goal. Nick Lidstrom will settle it for the Red Wings, and he'll feed that puck ahead. Maltby at center will flip one in. He and Koser, along with Gilchrist, head to the bench. Both teams changing on the fly this time. Slava Kozlov out there, along with Brown and Dandenov. Kozlov, a healthy scratch the other night in Denver. Back in tonight, Gilmore across the line, feathered a pass through, and Osgood made the save as Gilmore got that one through to Big Dave Andrechuk.
You know, the Red Wings are finding some ways to beat what New Jersey has thrown at them trap-wise through center ice, but do they ever clog up the middle? Gilmore intercepted the pass up the middle from Erickson, and then they come right back in the transition game and go to the Detroit net. Not a severe scoring opportunity for Andrechuk, but nonetheless a scoring opportunity. See, they clog up the middle and right there, turn it back the other way. 3-on-4, but they get a scoring chance out of it. Two creative offensive guys. Gearin going after Gilchrist after he's passed the puck. You don't want to be admiring your pass when you're playing guys like Gearin, or they'll end up looking up at the clock.
Right in front of the goal, Gilmore going after it. Andrechuk out there along with Patrick Eliash. Fine rookie who started the season in the minors for New Jersey, but has sure picked it up. Third in rookie scoring is number 26, Eliash. Sent in, save made Brodeur. Murphy rebound! And McCarty right there, but Brodeur able to hang on.
And Brendan Shanahan out here now with McCarty and Larionov. He's got his nose dirty already tonight. Got himself a good scrap. And that's when Brendan Shanahan, I think, is at his best. When his temper is up, he's got that Irish temper of his. And he's in the hockey game, boy. He comes to play, and he can be a son of a gun to play against, as well as McCarty. Very abrasive. That's what you like, boy, if you're a coach. I want abrasive guys out there, tough to play against. If you're thinking about other things playing against guys like that than just cruising around there figure skating. Make you keep your head up.
Back to the point it comes to Golubovsky. Tried to feed one in for Martin Lapointe. That failed to work. Sent ahead for Thomas, delayed offside at the Red Wing line and then touched by New Jersey. So another stoppage in play with the face-off coming outside. That Detroit blue line directly in front of the Devils bench. And Golubovsky playing in just his second National Hockey League game. His first game against Edmonton was an even player, scoreless, here at the Joe.
All of a sudden you start looking around. You got Ward gone for 4 or 5 weeks. Now Draper's gone for 5 or 6 weeks. Fetisov's banged up. Murphy's got to be tired. Young Golubovsky's getting some playing time. And Detroit had very few man game injuries until Ward went down and now Draper. So they'll be adding up at a pretty quick pace.
They haven't called anybody up from the minors to replace Draper. Knubel a healthy scratch tonight. On that blue line, that certainly, as you say, will be a concern. Dean sets up back of the goal. Getting one out to center. Delapukin was bumped and sent back in. Brodeur again playing that puck around the boards. The third giveaway, though, tonight by Martin Brodeur, shooting that puck around the boards. Scott Stevens had a good tussle in that first period. That's passed ahead. Osgood will come out and stop the puck with Randy McKay up there. He's got the Devils goal. Lidstrom has replied for Detroit. 1-1 early stages here, second period. In comes Dandino, right wing side. Brodeur made the save, and he'll cover up on the rebound. As Martin Brodeur won't let out many rebounds, and he'll hang on to that. Matthew Dandino heads back to the Red Wings bench. 12 points each of his past 2 years, has 9 already this season.
Well, New Jersey, what you see is what you get with them. They don't change a whole lot, and they've come in here. They've got this building pretty quiet with the way they play. Responsible defensively. Very good defensively. They don't give much up.
One of those who can play defensively, Bobby Holik. Center now, big, he's strong. Last season went to Jacques Lemaire and said he wanted more of an offensive role. Lemaire gave that to him, put up the numbers, and this year too.
That's all well and good, but if you don't play defensively and play responsible within that system, you do not play for Jacques Lemaire. It's that simple, and that's why they're so darn good. You come into this organization, you know that, and there's no secrets about what you got to do to play.
And not much different than Scott Bowman.
Right.
Into the slot, Ralston fed one off for Gehring.
No difference, matter of fact. Yeah, he's the same way.
Doug Brown played for both those coaches, Lemaire and Bowman. We'll listen to both. You're right. Ralston in back of the goal for Stevens. To the line, but not out. Lapointe was bumped by Holik, and Holik's going to get himself a tripping penalty. He can agitate with the best, and this time Bobby Holik is going off. Here's the reason why. Holik dumps Lapointe. Back in a moment.
Get the knee out.
The man on the left of the screen, Bob Carpenter, had 11 shifts in the first period, played 6 minutes, 11 seconds. The man on the right, Doug Gilmour, had 10 shifts, one fewer, yet played nearly 2 minutes more. Doug Gilmour says the key on the Devils is to follow Bob Carpenter on the ice. Carpenter only plays 30 seconds. Gilmour stays out for about a minute and a half each. That's how you get more ice time, and Gilmour thrives on it. Right now, he's out there to kill off a penalty for New Jersey. Long shot in by the Red Wings, who are 1 for 3 on the power play tonight. Lidstrom having the goal. Here's Shanahan in front of the net. Goes back to the point, a bouncing puck and rolls past Lidstrom. Down the ice it goes to Osgood. He'll leave it there for Lidstrom. Up to Larionov. Larionov trying to fight through. McCarty after the loose puck, bouncing down in front. Brown the shot. Save made. Brodeur, and he grabs the rebound. And Stevens dump McCarty to the ice. Well, they've gone earlier. Coming up on their 7th minute of power play time. New Jersey has had just 2 tonight. There's the Brown shot, the save by Brodeur as Stevens goes and cross-checks Darren McCarty. Down to the ice. You'd think they'd have their fill of one another already. Loose in the slot. Taken back in the net.
Carpenter had a clear and he let it go and went the wrong side. Oh, they get break. They got a break there.
Lyle Odeline was thrown from the game, his second fighting major in that first period.
We'll get more on that when we get a chance, Kenny. There's a couple of descriptions of the rule that we'll give the folks here in a few minutes.
Have to do with instigating in 2 fights.
It's second altercation, actually, after the first one started.
There's McCarty, and there's a penalty coming up to the Red Wings.
Shanahan for a slash in front of the net. While we're going through this, let me give you this. It talks about a game misconduct penalty shall be imposed on any player who is assessed a major penalty for fighting after the original altercation. Notwithstanding the rule at the discretion of the referee, the automatic game misconduct penalty may be waived for a player in the altercation if the opposing player was clearly the instigator. So what we had there was Shanahan was come under that part of the ruling where the second altercation started after the first one, and it was instigated by Odeline in the referee's judgment, and therefore the game misconduct is put in there. The rule that we're all thinking about when they went to you start a fight, you're out of a game. Now it is if you start a fight and you're the instigator, you get the 2-minute instigating penalty, a major penalty, of course, and a 10-minute misconduct. If you get a second fight in the game, it goes against your record for suspension purposes down the line.
Well, that's why Lyle Odeline has gone for the game. That was in the first period. We're tied 1-1. Shanahan in the box, so they'll play for another 35 seconds for a side. Erickson looks back, gave it away. There's Guerin with the steal. Gilmour catching up, takes the puck. The shot and a miss. There, Guerin side of the goal. Erickson got back to knock Bill Guerin off stride. Nice defensive play by Anders Erickson.
You're never out of the play, eh? Always hustle. Keep hustling.
There's Murphy turning with it. Sent in off the boards. Kozlov centered in front of the goal. Great chance in front as Yzerman just failed to convert. Paulik's out of the box. 2 Devils up. Paulik takes the pass right wing side. Guerin to the net. Paulik's pass across was blocked. Now gets it over. Doug Bodger on the left point. Back of the goal. Centered. Yzerman pounded by Paulik. 2 Devils trapped behind the play as the Red Wings bring it out to center. Murphy. He'll rag the puck and then send one in with Yzerman offside, and he'll get a face-off.
Here's where that rule is really a bad rule. Jersey's on a power play. They don't even get a chance to regroup and bring it on out. There's stoppage in play.
Well, that could have been intentional, but I think that's why Yzerman deliberately skated on the other side of the blue line to get the face-off.
That's the other side of it. If it's intentional, then they should bring the face-off all the way down the other end, and that's sort of in the gray area of the whole of both rules, really, of the intentional offside plus the rule that they now have where they don't allow you to tag up. Get her changed, guys. That's one rule I think is taking a step backwards.
Well,
they argued about defensemen not learning how to play and they're just ripping the puck in, but I don't buy that.
before we have that rule change, we're going to see the nets out another 2 feet, the neutral zone shrinked, and with that, the red line gone. My prediction, 3 years from now.
3 years?
Maybe 2.
Yeah.
Let's make it 2 years from now.
Well,
If they shrink neutral ice, Mick, they'll get rid of the red line.
if it allows skilled players to get to the net and have more scoring and more excitement for the fans, I'm all for it.
It will.
Absolutely.
They'll have to open it up with a 2-line pass, keep the center line in, just for icing. Osgood made that save. 35 seconds left in the Shanahan penalty, a 1-1 tie. Battling for it, Gilchrist in there with Peterson, and Mick Magoo blew the whistle. Had it tied up, so there'll be a face-off to the left of Osgood.
Yeah, if that gets the game opened up where you can't trap like you're used to seeing now, and of course Jersey really patented that trap in '95, and they just destroyed people with it.
You may still see some form of the trap, though, Mick.
Yeah.
Even with the 2-line pass
have to be
allowed.
spread out more.
But the nice thing is, once you get the puck in deep with the nets further out, you're going to have a little bit more room to work with in the offensive zone, and that'll be key.
Well, it makes it a different job for a defenseman. There's a big ice surface in the Europeans. You can have a party in the corner. I mean, there's a ton of room out there, and a defenseman can't get the lumber on you as quickly either. And then they've got decisions to make. Do I leave my position? Penalty away from the play. A bad penalty by Ralston with a chop on Maltby.
And Maltby colliding with Peterson.
So for two teams that don't see much of each other, some pretty good feelings going here on a Friday night at the Joe.
Red Wings can have long memories to '95.
Yeah, they do that. There's no question about that, because they were embarrassed in that playoff series, 4 straight. But it was a big lesson towards their winning the cup last year. As you look back on it now, the guys over on the right side.
So the Red Wings with a wide advantage in power play time tonight compared with the Devils. Scott Bowman was talking about that throughout the week. How it is that the Devils have so many more power play opportunities than shorthanded situations compared to a team like the Red Wings, yet it's reversed tonight. And in 14 seconds, Brendan Shanahan steps out of the box for a power play Detroit.
Right now a pair of 14s up on the clock. Ralston with local ties, and Shanahan entrenched in red and white.
Ralston, who played at Lake Superior State, and the first round pick to the National Hockey League from Lake Superior State, Brian Ralston.
Red Wings Paul Boyer.
There's Murphy's shot. Keane back of the goal. Around the boards. Brown controlling it. Former Devil had his shot blocked, and it came out to center ice.
There's 5 Red Wings with connections to the Devils, working not in the game but around the game tonight.
Larionov carrying through and cleared back out. One of those not dressed tonight.
That's right.
Gilmore cuts right into the slot, looks for the backhand shot, too well tied up. You see the move Gilmore made against Montreal's Saku Koivu last week, flipped the puck over his head while it was in the air, went and got it on the other side. Just an unbelievable play. Great eye-hand coordination that Gilmore has. Here's Brown feeding one off to Shanahan. Nice little flip pass to Murphy. Bouncing puck. Better be careful. And away comes Gilmore, left wing side. Gilmore, the shot, and missed the glove side with McCarty getting back to cut him off.
Good job by Osgood. Look at this play.
Here's another break for Shanahan. Up left wing. Larionov catching up. Shanahan back of the goal. Larionov too deep. Tried to feed one into the point, but a Devil had slipped on the way back.
Yeah.
And the play, nothing materialized as Gilmore will send it down. Osgood to Erickson. Bumped by Gilmore, gets it in deep.
We got Gilmore for charging. Holy mackerel. Well, Mick Magoo's really got his eye on the Devils tonight, and Gilmore took a run at Erickson. Erickson saw him at the last minute, ducked out of the way, got a piece of him. Yeah, Osgood with the pass to Erickson, he couldn't handle it. I don't know.
Well, Gilmore's only 175 pounds, so he went down pretty easy.
He would, because Erickson's about 230. Bounced off him like a ping pong ball.
Gilmore signaling for the linesman to come by.
Gilmore talking to Danny McCourt and asking him, can I go over to the dressing room? He may be hurt in that play. equipment problem, one or the other. I think he hurt himself on that check. He got his left leg out into Eriksson. Let's take one more look at it and see. Here's Eriksson to our right, and watch Gilmore's left leg right there. And he got, you see that leg come flipping around like that? I think he got smarting on the knee, right above the knee in the Charlie horse area.
Well, Steve Thomas will go in and serve his penalty. Gilmore with 30 points this season for Jacques Lemaire's Devils, 8 goals, 22 assists.
Look at this. Minute 30, or now 35 seconds of a 5-on-3. Second 5-on-3 Detroit's had. They need possession and control right away on this one. They didn't get it the last time.
Here's Stevens.
Look at him work.
Nice move to get it down the ice. This is where the Red Wings have to be careful too, because if there's anything close to a penalty, you know what happens. Kozlov couldn't get it in deep. Yzerman to LaPointe.
And still, see, that's the problem.
LaPointe slipped, cleared down again.
When you hit that opposition line, you got to be skating, and right now Detroit's standing still, and that's why Jersey's having an easier time of it. And this penalty is almost over. The first first penalty in the 5-on-3.
Here's Yzerman. Back of the goal, Brodeur gave it away to LaPointe. Yzerman couldn't knock the puck down, and Brian Ralston, who's out, will speed away. Ralston, who has a good shot in combination with that speed. Penalty coming up to Detroit.
There you go.
Back of the goal, Niedermayer's mauled.
Now both teams now understand that Mick Magoo is going to call this, and again, LaPointe won't believe he's getting called for this. But I mean, that's what he's called on New Jersey, and he turns it on the Red Wings this time. See Marty LaPointe with the hit. I mean, I don't know what he's calling here, but those are the type of calls that he made, even weaker than that, really, in Colorado the other night. A couple of calls, one for both teams that I remember very distinctly, that were very, very borderline, if that. But when a guy sets the rules, you got to play by him. He's the boss with the orange stripe on, and that's all there is to it. Here comes Gilmore back on. Good news for New Jersey. It may have been just an equipment problem, or we got that knee wrapped. He seemed to be favoring his left knee when he went off.
Gilmore always doing up his skates, even had surgery on his foot. Try and help that.
Now 35 seconds of a 5-on-3. Detroit does not get a shot on goal.
Off the draw, Murphy. 11 minutes to go. Second period, 1-1 tie. The Red Wings and the New Jersey Devils. In a good struggle here tonight at the Joe. Murphy turned back, slashed by Halik, who can get under your skin. Eriksson, long shot in. Again, Brodeur, so good, able to come out and stop that puck. There's a lead pass, a good one, but Eliash couldn't control. Halik will carry on for the Devils. Halik looks rink wide. There's a shot. Osgood out to make the save. Eliash went looking for the rebound. Sent into the corner by Sheldon Soray. Eliash has it in his skates. Red Wings trying to take the puck free. Murphy does to Shanahan. He'll knife a pass across to Larionov. Knows his team's changing. Went for that pass off to change the route. Didn't work. Guerin. Nice play by Larionov, playing defense to knock that away from Guerin. Larionov now. Nice move in across the line to Lidstrom. Lidstrom the shot. Brodeur the save. Look at how there's no big rebound.
Oh, yeah.
Settles it right at his pads.
Teammate right there.
Here's Gilmore trying to cut through. Ralston coming up with the puck. In back of the goal for Doug Gilmore. 35 seconds left in the penalty to LaPointe as New Jersey goes on the power play. Back to the point it goes. Niedermayer's shot. There's a big rebound out in the slot. Ralston couldn't get to it, and the Red Wings will clear it down.
One position that Chris Draper will be sorely missed. Penalty kill with a great speed of his.
Gilchrist out there now with Maltby. Here's Ralston across the line, just onside. Gilmore in back of the net. Gilmore feathers one into Guerin. Now to Niedermayer. Looks back to the point to Stevens. Fake shot. Tried the deflection into Gilmore. That didn't work. On On it is Ralston. LaPointe is out of the box. Here's Gilmore back in the net in front. Gilchrist clears. LaPointe gives chase against Stevens. LaPointe's going to get to that puck. With a change off the bench, the Red Wings have another man in.
Comes Gilchrist.
Here's LaPointe. Gilchrist trailing. LaPointe's backhand shot went wide. On it now, Pusher. And the Devils get it out to center ice. McKay got it through, looked offside as Andreychuk tried to get his skate back. They said he did keep it onside. Here comes Yzerman, catching up McCarty. Yzerman puts on the brakes. Holmstrom on the puck, tried to tap it back to the point. He couldn't. And New Jersey brings it to center ice. Andreychuk in across the line. His shot into the corner, taken by Jamie Pusher. Off to center ice it goes to Bodger. Red Wings changing. Bodger's pass in for Steve Thomas. Osgood will beat him to the puck. Send one in for Pusher. Up to McCarty. Into the corner it goes as Kozlov was ridden out of the play. Golubovsky in there to hold that puck in. Golubovsky, good job to do so. Got it into Brown. Now the corner for Kozlov. Kozlov looking for someone to give it to. Comes out himself. Weaving into the slot. Passed across for Golubovsky. That was blocked and Thomas is away. Left wing side. Murphy back. The shot. And Osgood way out to stop that one. Off that hard shot from Steve Thomas. A native of Stockport, England. Sent into the Devils zone as the Red Wings change as we go. Olik's pass. That hit a skate. Joe Kocur out there now along with Maltby and Brent Gilchrist. Kocur left it for Gilchrist. Good back checking though by the Devils. Olik able to take that puck away. Then it's stripped from him by Maltby. Maltby up there with Kocur who heads into the right wing corner after the puck. Kocur lays a hit on. Gilchrist into Kocur. Maltby was dumped. Wanted a call from Mick Magoo. None coming. Right back to the point. Rouse getting over to hold that puck in. In for Kocur it goes. As the Red Wings change. Stevens didn't get across center to shoot it in. This will be icing. 6:31 to go in this second period. New Jersey and Detroit tied at 1. Well, Mom and Dad, if you're looking for an exciting way to celebrate your child's birthday, the Detroit Rockers have a great package available that includes a ticket to the soccer game, 2 slices of pizza, all the Coke you can drink, a player visit, a special gift from the team, and birthday cake for everyone. To reserve your child's birthday of a lifetime at a Rockers soccer game, call 313-396-7070. Operators are standing by, and remember, Rockers is soccer. And one of those operators is Tina Thibodeau, who would like to wish congratulations to her sister and brother-in-law on the birth of their boy. Born at 8 o'clock this morning, Paula and Larry Harris. His name is Devin Michael. So our congratulations to you all on a new arrival. Back of the goal, Dandino. Battling for it. And out to center ice it goes. Lidstrom. Aired on defense tonight along with Rouse. Brown firing one in, knocked right back out. Here comes Gilmore up with Malenki Andreychuk. Gilmore to Andreychuk. 2 times a 50-goal man is Andreychuk. 14 straight years with 20 or more goals in the National Hockey League, all but his first season.
He's not off to a great start this year with only 5, but I'll tell you what, he's a natural goal scorer, Dave Andreychuk. This will be an icing call against New Jersey with 5:44 on the second period clock. Stevie Thomas, another good guy. Likes to play golf. Done a little of that with Steve Yzerman over the last couple of summers.
Stevie Thomas came from the Islanders for Claude Lemieux, who went to Colorado for Wendell Clark in a 3-team deal.
Spent some time with the Leafs. Spent some time with Chicago. Got a bullet for a shot, boys. Either a slap shot or a wrist shot. He can rip them.
Nicknamed Stumpy, but hates the nickname.
Well, he's not overly big, but
no,
I mean,
5'9", 5'10".
Yeah. He's always been able to take care of himself with the Dukes. And pretty good hockey player. Nice combination.
Sent in by Valerie Zalapukin. Thomas in there to the line. Held in. Thomas in the corner, bumped by Pusher. Thomas battling for it, puck laying free. Zelapukin, he gets bumped. There's Thomas again. Took Pusher and Golubowski to get Thomas off the puck. And Shanahan will lift one into the right wing corner. Out there along with McCarty and Larionov to the line. Golubowski couldn't hold it in. Sent in by Pusher as the Red Wings change. McCarty. That was behind Larionov and cleared out by the Devils. And Golubowski just feathers one in as the Red Wings want to complete their change. Shot Niedermeyer with the puck. Nice move. Smooth skater.
Look at him go.
Oh, yeah. Intense night in and night out. That was the one knock against him earlier in his career, but not anymore. Puck rolled through to Osgood. He'll hang on with 4:38 to go in the second period. Still 1-1. Our next Pistons game on Fox Sports Detroit comes your way tomorrow night at 7:30. The Philadelphia 76ers take on the Pistons. Fred McLeod, Greg Kelser of all the action for you. Fox Sports tonight. Pistons pregame starts the night live at 7 o'clock. Fans enjoying this one here at the Joe. 1-1 tie. And off the draw. Battle for the puck. Martin Lapointe to the line. Stevens able to hold it in. Lapointe looking to go with Peterson.
There they go. Peterson's in himself. He got himself in a battle here. Lapointe with that glove off and going crazy with the right. Peterson got size on him, but a lot of people misjudge Marty Lapointe and his upper body strength.
And he was feisty the other night in Colorado.
He was so. Look at him just bear hug him right down to the ice, twisted him down. Peterson's not a little guy either. I mean, pretty good size. So they continue to have some ugly feelings for each other here on a Friday night. 1-1 in a tight one. Well, the Devils and the Red Wings have their fourth battle tonight. There you see Peterson taking Lapointe out of the play on the boards. Lapointe comes off with a shove. He retaliates, and Peterson actually said, "Come on, let's go." And Lapointe said, "Anytime, baby. I don't mind this." And a little scrap. He had that right hand just pumping away there. 5 minutes each to Lapointe and Peterson.
That's our fifth fight of the night.
Fifth one? I thought it was fourth. We have another one in there?
Is it fourth or fifth?
We had two at once there. And then you had one McCarty before that. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, 4 or 5. Just enough to be interesting and fun. And we're going to have another one. Big Oliva with his first shift on the ice. And McCarty right across from him.
So we'll see if anything develops there. Oliva leads the National Hockey League. Number 29 does with 14 fighting majors. He's won maybe half of them, but boy, he'll go with the best of them in the National Hockey League. That's Oliva knocking the puck down. And he's a computer whiz, too, is Oliva, who has the puck now at center. Loves to go on the computer, he and Reed Simpson. And now he heads off. Barely have time to talk about it. He's gone.
No kidding. First shift on the ice, and he doesn't last 30 seconds.
There's Holmstrom. Took his man out of the play right in front of the Red Wing bench. He bumped in there along with Kevin Dean. In back of the net. Devils control. Into the slot. Ralston the shot. Osgood to save the rebound. Taken by Gilchrist, and he'll clear to center. Well, Jacques Lemaire likes to shorten his bench. They have so much depth. Gilchrist, nice job by Koser to stay onside, then get the puck. Gilmore all over him. Koser fights off the check through the crease. And brought out to center by New Jersey. Ralston will flip one in. Shanahan in the corner. Tape to Koser. Up there with Gilchrist. Koser puts on the brakes. Shanahan in the slot. Oh, and the puck just couldn't get through. That hit a skate in there of Bodger. And New Jersey brings it ahead. Here's Gilmore. Rolls through to Osgood.
They're really tightening it down. Both teams just not allowing much to come across the other guy's blue line. Very little open ice out there.
Red Wings, of course, winless in their last 4. 2 of those games ties. Ties with Phoenix, ties with Colorado, 3-3 and 2-2. Here's Brown moving in. Brown the shot, and Brodeur, he made the save against the former Devil. Brown with it again. He'll backhand one in. Doug Brown played 350 games with New Jersey, picked up 80 points in that time. Of course, then went on to Pittsburgh, and the Red Wings picked him up from the waiver draft. Long shot in. Osgood handled that easily. Off the stick of Bob Carpenter. Dandino up there along with Brown. Brown across the line. Nice play to Dandino. His shot, and Brodeur got a piece of that one. Kozlov, he's taken out of the play. Scoring chances tonight, 13-6 favoring Detroit. Shots favor the Wings, 20-15. But the score is 1-1.
A real chess match out there. Both these teams good defensively. There's a giveaway.
There's Thomas with the shot, and Osgood out. A few feet in front of his crease to make that stop.
There haven't been many of those, Kenny, tonight. Right on the stick of Thomas, and he just rips it. Osgood with the 15th. Make that 16th save of the night.
And coming up, a minute 19 playing time from now, Red Wings associate coach Dave Lewis in conversation now with Darren McCarty. Will converse with Mick and me during our second intermission. Mickey will demonstrate on the telestrator and highlights and stats from that second period. And while I have half a second here, Mick, the Knelly family sent us a nice wish for the holiday season to you and to me, and asked that we send out birthday wishes to daughter Christy, who turned 11 a couple of days ago. So we didn't get it in time, but their niece Holly will turn 13 on December 21st. So we want to wish happy birthday to her and a belated birthday wish to Christy Knelly from the Knelly family. In back of the net, into the slot. There's Andrew Chuck in front, trying to scoop it past Osgood. Puck still free, laying there, and Maltby comes in to kick it away. Boy, when Andrew Chuck gets in, that big body, and a penalty coming up. Who's this going against, though? The net is off, but his arm went up.
You're watching Fox Sports Detroit.
They just dropped the puck for period number 3. We're underway here at Joe Louis Arena, with Bob Rouse in the box for 55 seconds as New Jersey begins this third period on a power play. Gilmore rink wide to Randy McKay. McKay into the corner with some room behind the net. Drops one off for Doug Gilmore. Gilmore sends one back to the point. Devils control. There's a shot in by Bodger and deflected just wide of Osgood. Gilmore in there along with Niedermeyer. Puck poked free. Bodger shot off the high glass and wide. Moving in on it was Ralston to Gilmore. Right in front, they score. What a pretty setup. Gilmore to Scott Niedermeyer. Makes it 2-1 New Jersey. They hit on the power play. Niedermeyer's 6th goal of the season and his 2nd point tonight, 28 on the year.
Well, New Jersey made good control in the Red Wing zone, and at the end of it, Gilmore gets a break with the puck bouncing off the side of the net, and it goes right to Niedermeyer, who's cruising alone. There it is right there off the side of the goal post. Nobody there but Niedermeyer. No chance for Osgood. And a perfect shot by Scott Niedermeyer. High to the glove side. Quick, hard wrist shot. Gilmore makes it look easy. And the Devils lead 2-1.
Well, Scott Niedermeyer 5 years ago at his personal best point total of 46. He now has 28 on the way to shattering that. And only Eric Lindros and Pat Falloon were selected earlier than Scott Niedermeyer in 1991. He's given the Devils a 2-1 lead here. So catch-up time for the Red Wings now, who are looking to break out of a 4-game winless streak, while the New Jersey Devils are looking to stretch their unbeaten streak to 8 games. They had an 8-game winning streak earlier this season, their longest stretch without a loss. But could equal that with a win here tonight or a tie to go unbeaten in 8. Sheldon Surrey moves that puck ahead. Here's Gilmore in the clear. Puck went off the end of his stick, though. Gilmore in to get it, into the slot, deflected past Andrechuk. Here's Sheldon Surrey on the backhand. In behind the net. Going in, looking for that puck.
Look out, Dandino could be away.
And here he goes, right wing side, Dandino. The shot, and Brodeur way out makes the save. Rebound, Brown looking for it. Brown on the puck now. Back to the point. Golubovsky, rebound in front. Scores!
Brown.
Brown against his former team gets the goal. It's 2-2.
Don't think he's not happy. Boy, oh boy.
With Lou Lamoriello in charge of that other team, you bet he is.
Yeah. No, this whole thing started with Dandenault's speed up the right side. Here he goes. Brodeur way out, look where he is at the top of the circle. Out there to make the save. Here comes Brown with second-tier support. And then they don't allow the puck back to New Jersey. Brown goes back to the point, goes to the front of the net. Look at this. Picks up the rebound, just squeaks it between the pad and the goal post. And like that, we're tied.
Doug Brown's 8th goal of the season. And the most ironic part of all this is
the rebound.
Well, the New Jersey Devils, Mick, this is only Doug Brown's 6th game against New Jersey, granted, but the New Jersey Devils prior to tonight were the only team in the National Hockey League Doug Brown did not have a point against. And gets one now, and it's a goal, and it's a huge one. A 2-2 tie.
Saw him clench the fist, laying flat in his stomach after reaching out and jamming it home. The Red Wings waste no time and coming right back. That's huge, boy. Tell you, because all you would have seen was the trap out of New Jersey with a lead in the third period.
6 goals, 13 points last season in 49 games for Brown.
Watch Oliva and Koser.
This year, 8 goals.
Here they are.
And
Here they are.
15 points.
They're talking down the other end. Koser's talking to him and challenging him. He's a foot taller than Koser. Come on, Danny, let him go. One more would be cool on a Friday night. Ah, come on, guys. Now that's really the heavyweight division. Woohoo! To be discussed later.
The 15th fighting major for Oliva did not happen.
What's going to happen here? Oliva's going to the box. For what? Koser looking right into his chest bone and saying, hey, you might be big. But the two of them are right here. I mean, there's nothing serious going on. They're just kind of wrap up. But right away, you know what they're talking about.
Oliva's 6'5", 235 pounds.
Look at Koser. He don't care how big they are. That jackhammer works on any kind of cement.
Are you calling him a cement head?
No, not at all. That is not to be confused with that kind of comment.
Computer
no, absolutely
whiz.
not.
Okay, that's good.
No, I heard you say that earlier. No,
okay.
that was not intended to be an affront on his thinking process.
All right.
By no means.
We won't get our legal department on that, but we will get them on this. This copyrighted program presented by authority of the National Hockey League, intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, and or other use of the pictures, descriptions, accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Hockey League, Detroit Red Wings, and Fox Sports Detroit is prohibited.
Well, they
Oliva
both get penalties, yeah.
and Koser delay a game at 2:26. And we're in a 2-2 tie. Brown from Golubovsky and Dandenault. And for Golubovsky, his first National Hockey League point. 152 was the scoring play. Dandenault's 10th point of the season. Dandenault approaching his personal best of 12 each of the past 2 years. The Devils scoring play earlier on the power play was Niedermeyer, his 6th from Gilmore and Ralston at 47 seconds. We're in a 2-2 tie. We've played 3 minutes of period 3. Igor Larionov.
Real chess game through center ice, especially when you got a guy like the professor, Larionov, out there. I mean, he's not going to go into traffic. He'll come back and retool, go back to the board, and start again. You've got Lidstrom. Talk about thinking men's players. Murphy and Eisen. Holy smoke, Florida.
And it's funny that you should use the term chess game because that's just what we were talking about earlier today here with Lemaire and Bowman. What a chess match it'll be between the two coaches. Niedermeyer with a nice pass in from the knees, and the save made as Eliash had an opportunity, and penalty coming up to the Red Wings as Patrick Eliash, the rookie, was dumped. Red Wings Weekly on Fox Sports Detroit Sunday morning at 9:30 with your host John Keating. We'll look at Ironman Larry Murphy's storied career, Mike Vernon, a new team in New City, Kelly Ward, Aaron's wife, special involvement in holiday charity, and a look back at this past week's highlights, all coming up on Red Wings Weekly Sunday morning at 9:30 with John Keating. Big 4-on-3 manpower advantage now for the New Jersey Devils. Lidstrom in the box for tripping. 53 seconds left in the minors to Oliva and Koser. Gilmore to Ralston. One-time shot hit the side of the net. Big rebound and deflected out by Gilchrist. Murphy up with them. Gilchrist couldn't get him the puck. Here's Gilmore. Andrechuk up front with him. Gilmore gaining the line, slows up, backtracks. Now Ralston. Niedermeyer, the shot scores! Right through the legs of Osgood, right underneath them. And a power play goal. It's 3-2 New Jersey.
Now Niedermeyer wanted to pass the puck over to Andrechuk on the other side, and he decided to just shoot it at the net, and he got Osgood going down. And it banked in off his right pad in behind him. Gilmore easily gains the line with the 4-on-3. Now you have the 2-on-1 advantage down low. And Niedermeyer, see that bank right there off the right pad. And his second goal. And again, the Devils lead it. Yeah, put it on the net, boy. Good things happen. He got a break there, and it's 3-2 New Jersey.
Well, Niedermeyer had the go-ahead goal 47 seconds into this period. Now he is the go-ahead goal again 4 minutes in. New Jersey 2 for 5 on the power play. For Scott Niedermeyer, his second goal tonight, 7th goal of the season, and he's been in on all, or 2 of the 3 goals tonight. So now Niedermeyer with 28 points. Lidstrom tapped one back of the net. Devils hustling in after it. Lidstrom will come up with it. Brown at center. Over to the left wing side. There's a shot by Kozlov. Went wide of the net. Koser and Oliva come out of the penalty box. Both head to their respective benches. As Lidstrom brings it across. That scores!
Oh my God!
Goal by Nick Lidstrom.
He had him moving, Kenny.
And with that, it's a 3-3 tie.
Holy smoke. How about similarities here?
Niedermeyer's got 2 and Lidstrom has 2.
Oh my, he got Brodeur moving. Now that looks like a bad goal on Martin Brodeur. However, Lidstrom, you got to give him credit for making the, even attempting the play. Going to his left, and it may have deflected as well off a New Jersey player way out in front. We'll see if we can pick it up on other replays. No, it doesn't look like it on that one. It's the perfect shot by number 5, second of the night for him. And we're tied just like that. No, perfect shot. He just beat him.
So Nick Lidstrom with 2 tonight and 2 points give him 27. Tied for 3rd now in NHL defense scoring, while Niedermeyer has moved into 2nd place.
Not often, Kenny, do the Devils give up 3 goals in the game. That's certainly the exception, not the norm for this team defensively. The Detroit twice now has come right back within a minute to tie the game after Jersey had the lead.
Sent in deep by Shanahan. And remember, the last game the Red Wings played in Colorado was the first of 8, but they had not given up 3. That 2-2 tie. Here's a shot that was stopped as Maltby wheeled out from the corner. Going in after the puck, Shanahan, nice move in tight. He was slashed by McCain. Got it across to Murphy. Faked the shot in front of the goal, laying there. And cleared away as the defenseman, Sheldon Surrey, the 21-year-old, was able to knock it out of harm's way, sent back in by Murphy. Brodeur will tee it up back of the goal. Maltby ran into his check. Pusher able to hold it in momentarily, but the Devils will get it out. Left by Yzerman. Holmstrom, lead pass McCarty. Holmstrom to the front of the net. Deflection, and Brodeur got a piece of that one and cleared out to center. Wrapped right back in by Detroit. Holmstrom all over Thomas. Able to clear it, but not out. There's Yzerman with the move. He goes rink wide. That was through the skates. And the Devils will shoot it in. Osgood to play it away from Thomas. Along the boards, Yzerman waiting for it, and now the whistle goes.
Once you heat it up, they love it here at the Joe, boy. 13:45 left in the 3rd of a 3-3 game now. Holy smoke.
Now we're up to date in our defense leaders in the National Hockey League.
Murphy and Lidstrom hanging right in there with the top defenseman. offensively.
Murphy with 1 assist tonight.
Sergei Zubov does a lot of his damage on the power play in Dallas. Get the big shot, the right-hand shot back there. Martin Brodeur again, right out to the face-off circle. Smart play by Murphy, looking for the bounce, and he got the bounce the other way. Nobody could get a stick on it. Murphy with the fake, and everybody frozen. And Gilchrist just unable to get a reach on it.
36 seconds after New Jersey scored to take the lead. Lidstrom scored to tie it. Here's Larianov. Dropping one into the slot. Gilmore there. Kozlov and Brown getting the assist. So Brown with a goal and a helper tonight. Back in across the line. LaPointe knocked Ely Ashton. He was knocked down by Andrechuk. They have Word skating back up the ice. Here's Lidstrom to Larianov. The shot. And Brodeur will hang on to that one. So in this game tonight, Lidstrom with 2 goals, Niedermeyer with 2 goals, Brown a goal and an assist, Gilmore 2 assists, Ralston 2 assists. Well, if you're looking for an easy and profitable fundraiser, Little Caesars Pizza Kit's a great way to raise money for your school, sports team, or youth group. Each kit containing all the ingredients to make delicious Little Caesars pizza and crazy bread at home. And your organization earns $5 for every kit you sell. Little Caesars Pizza Kits, helping you raise dough for your community. Call today to start your fundraiser toll-free 1-888-452-5487. Plenty of young ones taking in the game tonight.
Yes,
tomorrow
indeed.
being a day of rest, so to speak.
Stay home day.
Yeah. Interesting.
Have another ginger ale.
No, I think cut off. I don't think so. 2-goal scorer, Niedermeyer. Drop back into the slot. Ralston the shot. Shanahan. Nice play. Block it. Just glove it ahead.
This kind of a game is exactly why the Red Wings made the deal for Brendan Shanahan last year. He is effective in these types of games. He'll do it any way you want. Fighting, playing, offense, defense, blocking shots.
Knocked down by Brown to Kozlov. Kozlov carries through. He has a big assist tonight on that last Lidstrom goal. Back to the point. Golubovsky was his first NHL point tonight. Golubovsky with it again. Waiting. Lost control. Went and got it. Now shot one through. Deflected. Brown again gets the goal. And it's 4-3. 2 goals, 1 assist against his former team. Boy, making up for lost time, having never a point against the Devils. 3 tonight.
Now, I don't think Jan Golubovsky thought he'd get a second opportunity from the point, but he did. And you see Dandenault had 2 Devils tied up, and Brown was able to come in and just sweep it past Brodeur, blocker side. Here comes Brown over here. Bingo, right up in the top corner. And oh my, Doug Brown is beaming. Detroit, first lead of the game.
His 9th goal of the season. 7 years with New Jersey. And look at the scoring in the 3rd period. And you don't see the Devils give up very many, very often in a 3rd. But they've given up 3 tonight. Prior to this evening, the New Jersey Devils had surrendered just 20 third-period goals. In comparison, the Red Wings have given up 35. Going into play tonight, the Devils allowed just 1.9 goals per game. Tonight, they've allowed 4. And with that, the Red Wings lead by 1 with 12:01 to play. Well, prior to the game, we asked Doug Brown about the similarities, differences playing for Jacques Lemaire and Scott Bowman.
They certainly have their own personalities. There's a lot of differences there, but they're both, what the similarities are that they're both disciplinarians, and they expect their teams to play a certain way every single night, and if they don't, there'll be a price to pay.
Well put.
Yeah.
A price to pay, which means he won't play.
Just the 9th time this season, the Devils have given up 4 goals or more. They have not surrendered 5 this year. So the Red Wings looking at a rare feat if they can get one more. Martin Brodeur has a personal streak going as it rolls through to Osgood. He'll hang on. Martin Brodeur has won his past 5 starts. Had last night off. Well, here's the goals against averages among the active career leaders during the 3rd period. Martin Brodeur, this is not counting tonight, minimum 100 games played. So Martin Brodeur second to only Nikolai Habibulin. So you don't get many by him in the 3rd, and the Red Wings now have pumped in 3.
Now those averages, how would you relate those to their overall average? Those seem high to me for 3rd period. I mean,
shot in, stopped by Osgood, continue.
You know what I mean? They seem high compared to the averages that most of those guys carry, which are much lower, usually below 2.5.
Well,
Is
maybe
that telling us that
well,
there are more goals scored on these guys in the 3rd period than the 1st or 2nd.
You know what, Mick?
That would be the
maybe with
right?
a team. Well, maybe with a team like New Jersey, if they, although they're scoring more this season, if they do get a lead and they're safe enough, the teams will score more on them in the 3rd period. They could have gone into 3rd periods with big leads. Maybe a team lets up a little bit.
But that would be what that stat is really telling us, that they are giving up more, as Mr. Gordy
There's 2 great ones.
on. Is that Colleen there with him?
Lidstrom with Gordy right behind.
Couldn't quite see there.
Sent into the corner. On the puck, Lapointe, Larionov lost control. Back of the goal, Devils with it, centered into the slot, knocked away, and here's Kozlov. Speeding up left wing side, going to the net, Lapointe, passed across, and there was Scott Stevens to knock it away before Lapointe could get there. Sent in back of the goal for Kevin Dean. Approaching the halfway point of this 3rd period. Detroit leading New Jersey 4-3. Bobby Holik in across the line into the corner against Lidstrom. Tying up Bobby Holik, the Devils' leading point getter. Came into the slot, bodies flailing everywhere. Ford trapped behind the play. And that's up into the seats and now out of play. Now it's time for Who Am I, sponsored by the Wellness Plan. 3rd of 3 clues. This New Jersey forward had an assist as a rookie in the '95 Stanley Cup Finals against the Red Wings. If you know the answer, put your name, address, and phone number on a postcard to that address, care of Who Am I. While you're talking about Martin Brodeur and goalies, many consider the NHL's modern era to have begun with the introduction of the center ice red line in the 43-44 season. Of all goalies to have played in at least 200 regular season games since, the career goals against average of the New Jersey Devils, Martin Brodeur, at 2.19, ranked 2nd to only Ken Dryden at 2.24.
Pretty good, eh?
Yep, it's 2.19 heading into play tonight. But hey, the Red Wings have put 4 past him, so almost doubled his career goals against average in this one game at least.
Find too many unhappy people around here about that, that's for sure. Delayed offside called. 10:08 to go, 3rd period. Nobody's left their seats in this one. Been a dandy old-fashioned hockey game here tonight. Lots of rough and tumble. Heavy battles in the corner. 2 of the better teams in the National Hockey League.
Career versus the Red Wings, 3-1.
Here are the goals, 1.26.
They'll go up a little bit now.
Jeez. Holy mackerel. 1.26 in 4 games.
Man who idolized Patrick Waugh growing up. Martin Brodeur did. And he'll play with him at the Olympics. Here's Gilchrist. Sent in by Maltby behind the net for Gilchrist. Fighting off a check. Coming out to the point. And Eriksson shot, hit a leg and deflected into the corner. Battle for it along the boards. Shanahan was in there and sent back down the ice. We mentioned Martin Brodeur going to the Olympics along with Patrick Waugh. Martin's dad, Denny, Mick, as you know, was a bronze medal goalie for the '56 Canadian Olympic team. So following in his father's footsteps.
Eriksson's caught.
Niedermeyer moves it ahead. Thomas on the back checking of Brown. Brown back of the goal, taken by Zella Pukin into the high slot and knocked back out to center ice.
I was going to say, Kenny, that's going to take a good individual effort for somebody like a Niedermeyer or a Gilmore. Detroit is not going to give Jersey much of anything here under 10 minutes now with a 1-goal lead. Oh, boy.
There's a penalty, but they will give him a power play. So Golubovsky got caught. He'll go get a new stick and then head over to the penalty box. And for that, on the left of your screen, Golubovsky's going off.
So,
interference.
Interference, okay. Obstruction. They don't call it obstruction anymore, but that's what it was.
He has his first assist tonight, and now his first NHL penalty. Of course, Golubovsky his first 2 points tonight. Assisted on both goals by Doug Brown. So a New Jersey power play coming up. 2 for 5 with the man advantage tonight. Osgood out to play it. And sent down the ice by Detroit. .8:50 to go, third period. Devils flip one in. Osgood out to play it. They'll fire one to the line, but not out. Devils control. Gilmore behind the net into the slot, but there's Yzerman to send it down.
Osgood's happy that got iced, I'll tell you.
Well, so many penalties tonight. Tough to keep track of changing on the fly, and really it mixes up all the line matchups, but so far 41-33. Jacques Lemaire has changed his lines in the fly compared to Scott Bowman tonight. There's a bouncing puck in the slot. McKay knocked it down. Thomas, side of the goal, and it never came to him as Osgood's able to hang on.
Thomas was sleeping back there, hoping it got to him. I don't think he hollered, and Randy McKay tried to slip it in, much like Scott Niedermeyer did for the third New Jersey goal. Murphy wound up, and that allowed New Jersey time to get a stick in the road and deflect it and keep it in. Just a sweep play by Randy McKay. Going to send out a get well to John Santave, who's recovering from surgery. First day back home from his friends and family at the game. And a special hello and a get well to Ed Winfield, who is having some health problems in the Macomb Hospital here. Back home, Ed, as soon as you can here. Get well, bud.
So we mentioned that Lidstrom had 2 goals. Doug Brown, 2 goals, 1 assist. Add Jan Golubovsky to the multiple point game total. He's got a couple of assists. Left here, third period. Devils with 50 seconds remaining on a power play. McKay sent one across. There's Holik. Holik in front of the goal. They score. Steve Thomas bangs that home, and for Thomas, that's goal number 5 in his 14th game. And it's 4-4, another power play goal for the New Jersey Devils. 3 for 6 for Jacques Lemaire's team with the man advantage.
Well, Steve Thomas just outmuscled Jamie Pusher really in front of the net. He threw him off, it looked like. The Devils made the play there, the 2 of them on the right of your screen. Thomas just, with his experience, he really wrestled his way clear. Watch the 2 of them. Pusher had the stick between the legs for a second. Thomas had his eye to it, turned around and got position on Pusher, and don't you know it, the puck comes right there and he just slammed it into the open net.
Thomas may be small, but he's sturdy on his feet.
Oh, he sure is. He is that. So the saga continues here, back and forth. 7:44 left in the third.
He'd missed 20 games this season with a groin strain. That is why he's only played 15. So it's a new game again, a 4-4 tie. Randy McKay, who opened the scoring, picked up an assist on that goal. Moldy, their leading point getter. Here's Brown scores! Oh my! What a hat trick for Doug Brown! It's 5-4 Red Wings.
You believe this?
No, I can't.
Talk about
story,
Dougie on the spot. But New Jersey coughed this puck up. They had possession, and maybe if we look at a replay, you'll say we better give more credit to Kozlov. Look at this. Boom. Kozlov jumped in, intercepted the play. That's what it is right there. Here comes Brown up the middle. Boom. He meets him to the trapper's side. Top corner again. Good snapshot by Doug Brown, and oh my goodness, the tour de chapeau for number 17. And the Hats come on the ice. And it's 5-4 Detroit. Big assist by Kozlov. He picked the pocket of the Devils' right winger. I'm not sure who that was, but that winger is going to look around and say to the defenseman, why do you give it to me with somebody camping right on me? He never saw him coming.
Well, this is the first hat trick for a Red Wing player since February 12th when Brendan Shanahan had one versus San Jose.
Oh, baby, they love it.
3 goals, 1 assist for Doug Brown. In on 4 of the 5 goals against his former team.
Assist to number 13 via Kozlov.
You write stories about this stuff.
This kind of stuff, but the first time
12-13.
the Devils have given up 5 goals.
Red Wing goal, his 10th of the season.
Unbelievable.
Third of
And you know
the
what?
game.
Look where
Doug
Martin
Brown.
Brodeur is, Mick. It's not like he's back in his net.
No.
It was a good shot.
The puck, he's really upset too, Brodeur. I mean, he's had five pieces of rubber go by him tonight, and that's more than double what he's used to, but that one may have sailed off the defenseman's stick. But again, a great play by Kozlov to pick the winger's pocket. He was sneaking in behind him, and he fed it. The defenseman for New Jersey fed it up there. Kozlov jumped in, stole the puck, set up Brown, and the rest is history.
Now, Doug Brown wasn't selected for the U.S. Olympic team, hoping he would be, but knew his history with Lou Lamoriello. Not the closest, may prevent him from getting that, but boy, you want to play in the Olympics, but if there's any way to stick some salt in the wound of your former boss, this is the way to do it. 3 goals and 1 assist for Doug Brown tonight.
No, every player that's ever traded, especially, likes to do some damage against a team that thought he wasn't part of their system anymore. And Jacques Lemaire shaking his head wondering what the heck's going on.
4 goals in the 3rd period against New Jersey. That's unheard of, let alone 5 in the game, as you said, for the first time this season. And Doug Brown gets his first career hat trick. And as we mentioned, he'd never had a point against the Devils in 5 previous games coming into play tonight.
Well, he's got, well, what's he got?
4 now.
4 points now in 6 games, and it ain't over yet.
Oh, boy. This has been a seesaw battle. Glad you've been along for the ride with us here on Fox Sports Detroit. Great way to start off the weekend with this dandy. Here's Yzerman. Yzerman in shooting position. Waited too long. Now a shot just went wide. Brodeur played it away. Back to the point it goes. Rouse. His shot. Yzerman, oh, side of the crease.
What a save.
Just deflected it. And Brodeur got a piece of it as Shanahan had tipped it across.
Boy, oh boy.
Down the ice, this will be icing. If Lidstrom gets there first, he does.
Marvelous stop by Brodeur and his blocker on the deflection by Yzerman. They got him rocking at the Joe. 6:38 to go. 5-4 for the home team. Yeah, they're rocking and rolling here. The Red Wings almost make it 6-4. McCarty goes across to the point. Watch Shanahan get his stick on it. Watch Yzerman. 1 deflection. 2nd deflection. And Brodeur dives over to make a spectacular stop there.
Well, I guess when I tell you the Devils the best defensive team in the National Hockey League, Red Wings 7th best, you wouldn't think the score would be 5-4. With 6.5 to play. But it is. Detroit up by 1. Wings have allowed 3 or more goals 19 times this year, including 9 of their last 11. But tonight, so far, it hasn't cost them, leading 5-4. And ahead for Slava Kozlov. Round back of the goal by Bodger. Sent ahead by Gilmore. Nice tip feed into Andrechuk, the shot. And that's stopped by Osgood. He'll hang on.
Quick that he got that shot away and with some zip on it. He's a big wide body, Dave Andrechuk, and he knows how to score goals and get the puck on the net. He had two guys draped around him right there, and he just pulled his stick in towards his feet. Snap, off it went. It's a pretty good mustard as it got to Osgood. Watch him. Watch this thing. Guys close in on him. Boom, right there.
Well, that's why he's the 5th all-time goal scorers among left wingers. Andrechuk is. With 508. And those in front of Andrechuk on the left side, Bobby Hull, Johnny Busick, Michel Goulet, and Frank Mahovlich. The only 4 in front of him among all-time goal scorers, left wing.
Now, he and Gilmore go back a long way.
Listen, he had Gilmore setting him up for the 50-goal seasons in Toronto.
Yeah, a great combination. Of course, Gilmore has got wonderful hands, and he loves to set it up, and he's a winger's dream.
And he's looking, Gilmore, now to become more of that offensive player against it. He's done all the defensive stuff under Lemaire. You have to do it, but Gilmore, and he is this season, playing more of an offensive role. Red Wings on the offensive tonight. Randy McKay with a little bit of a dive on the way in, trying to embellish that. Something they're not really calling anymore, the diving penalty. You're right, they should be, yes. Still in there, but just not being called. Gilchrist will move it. Sent in. Devils holding up. The scrum in front of the bench, that's Holik. Maltby comes over. But Holik mixing it up with Joe Koser. Well, we mentioned earlier about the Great Lakes Invitational, which is just around the corner, just over a week from now. In fact, a week tomorrow, Saturday, December 27th and 28th, here at the Joe, and we'll have it for you on Fox Sports Detroit both days at 3 and 6:30, then at 1:30 and 5 on Sunday, including the championship game. Josh Lewin, Mike Greenlay, John Keating along for that. Michigan going for their 10th straight GLI championship.
Good luck to Red Berenson and the boys.
Red Wings have outshot New Jersey 31-26 and have outscored them 5-4. New Jersey giving up fewer shots than most teams in the NHL. Although you wouldn't know it by tonight's encounter.
Well, you wonder how much last night had to do with it. New Jersey played in St. Louis, while Detroit, albeit coming home late from a 3-game road trip, resting up.
New Jersey giving up, Mick, just an average of just under 24 shots per game, and already tonight Detroit has 31. By comparison, the Red Wings don't give up many more, just at 25.7.
This has been a game that's not been overly wide open to score, but it's been a battler's game. A lot of small battles, a lot of wars on the wall, and a lot of thinking taking place with both teams defensively and offensively. So it's been an old-time hockey game.
Fun game to watch.
Fun to watch, yeah.
Dandino in the corner. He's bounced. Bob Rouse in to help him out, and he'll clear it to center ice. Bouncing puck. That's sent in. Over the stick of Kevin Dean. Of course, Doug Brown out there. That gets a rise out of the crowd. Brown with his first career hat trick against his former club. At center. Here comes Andrechuk. The big shot. Blocker stop made by Osgood. Cleared by Dandino to the line, but Dean Niedermeyer held that puck in. This time Dandino will flip it out. Niedermeyer back for Dean. The Devils gain the line. Gilmore whacked at and throwing hard into the boards is Doug Gilmore.
There's interference.
Look at the work made there by Marty Lapointe, and Mick Magoo not calling it. Here's Niedermeyer trying to bust through. He has 2 goals tonight. Niedermeyer pulled down into the net, and the net's off. Net is off. So the whistle goes. And with that, with 3:18 to play, we know you'll come back. Red Wings lead by 1.
Now there's 3:18 left here in the third period. The way things have gone tonight. 9 goals scored, 5 for the home team. All kinds of things happening here, and it's been a great hockey game, a lot of fun.
Well, the Devils allowed 4 goals in a 4-all tie last night with St. Louis and have allowed 4 tonight to the Red Wings. So 8 goals in 2 nights, strange for this team. And had allowed 3 in a 3-0 victory over the Rangers the previous night. So 11 goals against in 3 games against the Devils. Cleared ahead. Here's a break. Here's Yzerman into the slot. The shot all Brodeur made a good save. Got that right pat on it. Just stopped that Yzerman shot. Out there with Lapointe and Larionov. Erickson and Murphy on defense. Just sent in by Martin Lapointe. Played a rugged game the past 2 as Martin Lapointe. Stevens out to center ice. McCarty right with his check. Puck knocked down and Gilmore is there. He's logged a lot of ice time tonight as Doug Gilmore for Jacques Lemaire's Devils. He'll shoot one in. Osgood will leave it for Lidstrom. Who gets it out and down the ice.
Detroit will be in a 1-2-2 here now with coming on in 2 minutes and Brodeur will be heading to the bench.
Lead pass for Gilmore. Got that jump, had his stick lifted. Shanahan was on him. Again, Detroit clears. Red Wings looking for their first win in 5. New Jersey looking to stretch their unbeaten streak to 8 games. 6-0-1 coming into play tonight. Knocked down at center ice. Gilchrist, he'll poke it into Devils territory. Open wing, right wing side for Patrick Elias. He'll fire it in. Around the board, banged at by Lapointe. Larionov, he'll clear it out.
Brodeur's going to be coming now. He's looking for the sign.
Here's Halik. McKay goes to the front of the net. Brodeur a few feet out in front of his goal. Niedermeyer. 1:15 to go, 3rd period. Up to center ice, Elias. Can't get it in deep. Red Wings clear, but here come the Devils. There goes Brodeur. Stevens hooked by Larionov, and a great play. The net is empty. Larionov shoots one ahead. Gilmore able to block it. Sending it into Elias, the shot. That was stopped. Gilmore rebounds, corner, Halik. Halik fought off the puck. Lapointe tries to get it out. Larionov over there. Up to Yzerman. Empty net, shot wide.
Did it hit a Jersey stick or did it not?
No, it didn't.
Oh,
Icing.
boy. Wow.
41 seconds left.
Well, our Discover card, payback, playback, none other. Doug Brown, but which Doug Brown? He's got 3 of them tonight. Kozlov, a marvelous play on the last one. The 5th Red Wing goal. Good snapshot by Dougie Brown. Surprises Brodeur. Makes it 5-4. That's our Discover card, payback, playback. 41 seconds. And now Scotty Bowman had used his timeout in the first period on a 5-on-3 situation. Yzerman thinking that it may have caught a stick and just over top of that defender, so therefore the icing call in the deep zone faceoff.
But did you see Doug Gilmore's, Steve Yzerman's look as soon as he sent that down the ice? He wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what he wanted to do.
Jersey's
Well,
timeout.
Devils, yes, have called a timeout, Vic, and 41.4 seconds left in this one. Following our game tonight, Fox Sports News. Stackhouse in his new home right here in Detroit. More on that. Greg Simpson will scope the Red Wings Devils game tonight. Up close look and scores and highlights from the NBA and NHL tonight. All coming up on Fox Sports News immediately following our game.
And what a game it's been. Boy, oh boy. This has been a dandy. Old-time hockey.
And I think it's a game that these two coaches enjoyed too, with the minds one another and getting matchups out there perhaps they want, although this one with all the fights early and Lyle Odeline gone from the game, it sure mixes up things.
Well, they certainly missed Odeline. I mean, he's a good, solid hockey player. And
But Sheldon Surrey, the rookie back there, number 2, looks very good for New Jersey. Another one of those who comes up through the system, biding his time. Devils don't rush anybody. So a big face-off coming up to the left of Osgood.
looks like Gilchrist is going to take the defensive face-off here against Big Bobby Holik. 6 skaters to 5. Net empty.
Holik has done it all for the Devils and wins the draw. Back to Gilmore. Gilmore the shot. That's blocked. Brendan Shanahan got in front of it. In a across the line for Randy McKay, who opened the scoring tonight. Back in the net, Shanahan digging for that puck. Comes loose in the corner. McKay on it again. Scramble in front, bodies all over the place, and the whistle goes with 17.9 seconds left. There's an injured wing. McCarty's hurt.
He's bleeding too.
Cut right above his left eye.
He got crunched by two Devils down behind Osgood there. I don't know if that's where he got it or not, but he already had a problem with a cut around the eye. And I think he probably got some lumber. McCarty down here. Well, that's Murphy right there. Here's McCarty over here. There's where he got clipped right there, Stevie Thomas. Brendan Shanahan back covering up right in front of Osgood. Look at boom. There's some lumber. Andrew Chuck, you're going out of here, big boy, if I got anything to do about it. So
he made a career Andrew Chuck is standing in front of the net.
He did.
John Wharton attending to Darren McCarty.
Not everybody can move Andrew Chuck, but Shanahan's one that can.
So Steve Yzerman back out there now for this face-off. Gilchrist out there as well, just in case Yzerman gets tossed out. Another one to take the draw. Bobby Holik.
Yzerman's wondering whether, do I go forward or try to go back to Lidstrom if I have a choice here on this face-off with Holik.
Look at Shanahan switching sides on the other side of the linesman. Right off the draw to the Red Wings gain control. No, they don't. It's the Devils. Sent through in front of the net. Oh, Osgood got his stick on that one. Sliding on the ice. Loose in the slot. Backhand shot. Great save by Osgood. 5 seconds. Niedermeyer. Look out the shot. Stopped by Osgood. 0.7 seconds left.
Osgood's into it. He's got somebody mad at in front of the net because of the interference right at the top of the crease, and Osgood trying to get that big blocker loose to cork somebody. 0.7 seconds.
I could say the Red Wings have won this hockey game. They'll just drop in the puck, but for all intents and purposes, this goes into the win column for the Red Wings. Let's look at the final finish here.
What a mad scramble for this thing to end up around the net. There's Andrew Chuck. It was McKay being pulled down by Gilchrist at the same time. Didn't get much of a shot. And then Niedermeyer, Osgood with the right pad on that one. And in the pileup, again, Niedermeyer. And Osgood's got it, and he got belted on the head by Steve Thomas. That's why he got upset. And away he goes out of that crease looking for somebody to pop. Watch Osgood on isolation.
3 great saves. That was the third of 3, and the first one with his stick stop desperation attempt.
Thomas and Andrew Chuck are down there, and I don't even think Andrew Chuck had anything to do with hitting him, but he was the closest Devil that Osgood could get at, and he couldn't have picked a bigger one either. So Mick Magoo, now what's he going upstairs for?
Unless he thinks it was held in the crease. Let's see what.
Well, I don't. The Osgood gets the shot in his right arm, and I don't think he's let it loose, you see.
No. That's it there. The whistle went, so he froze the puck.
Yeah,
so that's
the
not
puck's still there. So, and plus, I don't think his puck covered in the crease is not one of those reviewables, is it? By my memory, anyway.
No, that's a call from Mick Magoo. Well, let's drop this puck and put another win beside the Detroit Red Wings, which would be their 20th win of the season, be their 47th point, pulling them within 3 of first place Dallas in the Central.
Might have been for the, you know what? I think he went out there, time on the clock. That is reviewable. It's the one of 8 reviewable plays, and I think it was to establish the correct time on the official game clock.
1.1
and they did add some time, yeah. That's exactly what it was. Because nobody can hear the whistle, see? So that does give New Jersey time.
Albeit limited. Steve Yzerman. Doug Gilmour. Left-handed shot is Gilmour. Yzerman, right-handed shot. They'll move early.
If Yzerman can get a draw, a split on this faceoff, time will expire.
1.8 seconds left. Here we go.
He does.
Yzerman gains control. This game is over. The New Jersey Devils' unbeaten streak ends at 7 games. The Detroit Red Wings' winless streak stopped at 4. They come up with a victory here, 5-4 over the New Jersey Devils. A reminder, our next game here on Fox Sports Detroit comes your way this Monday as the Wings visit the Boston Bruins. Fox Sports Tonight Red Wings pregame hits the air at 7. Game action to follow at 7:30. Now for my partner Mickey Redmond, this is Ken Daniels saying so long from the Joe. Once again, the final score. Red Wings 5, Devils 4. Doug Brown, 3 goals, 1 assist. What a story. Now stay tuned for Fox Sports News for the latest scores, highlights, features from coast to coast. Fox Sports News Prime Time is next.